hate when they say we're not lovers.
No, it's accurate.
I know that is, but I mean, they don't need to say that.
No, I don't hate it at all. Like, I've never...
Some people may want that, like, to believe that. It's like when there's a couple on screen, they're actually dating in real life. You know, they're not really dating in real life.
Nobody thinks we're dating in real life.
No, but people might like to think that.
Why? That's not why they listen to the show.
Yeah, it's like a family.
Not like a family where we're the two dads.
Oh, you might think that.
No.
I just don't think that we need to say that before.
No, it's just like we're supposed to be just guys hanging out. Like,
leave it up in the air.
No. That's not the vibe of the show. Is like we're just two kind of dudes hanging out. You know, locker room talk.
Oh, all right.
Not gay. We're not supposed to be a gay couple.
All right, I'm just saying.
That wasn't what we were going for.
We don't need to hit people over the head with the fact that we're not together. They get it.
Well, welcome to the show. I'm surprised that this is... I thought we might have new theme music today.
Why?
The new song that was going through everybody's head all weekend.
Oh, I was hoping we would, actually. I was hoping we can at least use it to go to break.
Yeah. Well, to come back.
We'll come back, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Everyone's head.
Yeah.
I literally got... you ever wanted to vacation on the beaches of Mexico with Maria Menounos?
What if I not wanted to do that?
What would you do? What if I told you that the person that was doing that over the weekend texted me because they're sitting on the beach with Maria Menounos in a bikini or whatever, and all that's going through his head is grab a hottie, join the party.
Who texted you, Virgil?
No, it wasn't Virgil. No, Kevin. Kevin was sitting there with Maria, and he's like, I'm on vacation, and all I'm thinking is, grab a hottie, join the party.
It is a good song.
You like it?
Yeah.
It was in everybody's head.
Where in Mexico do they go?
I don't know. Some place where
Scary Mexico.
fancy. What? They didn't go to where the fucking cartel hangs out.
They hang out everywhere.
You think so?
Yeah. What do you think? They tell cartel members you can't come here?
Mexico is just overrun with cartel members.
No, they go to resorts.
A lot of people go to Mexico.
I know.
And have perfectly great vacations.
They do. I would consider it too for certain places. I just don't know where.
But they run a risk. You're saying?
Yeah, of course they do. Absolutely. I've told everyone I know, stay away.
From Mexico altogether.
Completely.
The Trump administration has changed you.
No, this is way before the Trump administration.
Yeah, that's true. You're one person who's like, no, Mexico is dangerous regardless of who the president is.
Do you remember when I was going to do that gig with Ozzy, how nervous I was to go down there?
Yeah.
That's why. I don't want to be kidnapped.
You wouldn't feel safe knowing that the Prince of Darkness has your back?
I would have been happy if he was there. It was worth it. He's the only guy that can get me to go there.
What if you and Ozzy got, like, some crooked cops grabbed you, and you and Ozzy got shoved into a cell in a Mexican prison, and you didn't know when you're going to get out?
But it'd be great to hang out with him, but it'd be bad because if they're going to kill one of us, it'd be me to be an example to Sharon and the money people to pay up for Ozzy.
Oh, you'd figure that out?
I'm the one that would go.
Right.
Yeah, they would get rid of me first.
Because it's not like they're going to kill Ozzy and be like, see, we'll kill Jim, too, if you don't give us the money.
That would scare me. I'd be the first one to go.
But at least you get to... What if it was like, police?
Well, what do you think? The Zetas are all ex-military and
still-
stuff. But yeah, I don't. If I didn't think I was gonna be killed,
Yes.
I mean, I was just gonna be thrown in a cell.
Yeah.
Have to hang out and share meals and talk. Tell jokes.
You wouldn't be telling jokes. Ozzy would just be trying to get out, and you'd be like, why? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah, they'd probably negotiate for his release, and I'd be on my own.
You think so?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the same priority put on you?
No.
And I would have Ozzy on the show to just talk about his harrowing experience.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, why don't you try to get little Jimmy out? And I'd go,
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. So you shared a jail cell with Jim Norton, is that correct?
Did I?
You wouldn't try to make it like an all-for-one thing? Like, look. I'm not going to leave if they don't take you. You can't leave if they don't take me, too.
All right, that's a deal. And then as soon as it happened, he would just leave.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, I've got my children.
Yeah. Well,
If they're adults.
Yeah. Bye, Ozzy.
Bye.
What would you be more upset about, having to spend that time in Mexico by yourself or saying goodbye to Ozzy?
It'd be a very close call. It'd be a very close call. Maybe I'd get out soon after. They'd probably throw me in the release package.
You think so?
Yeah, what do they want me for? If they got him, they get the money.
I mean, just to spite you, I guess. Just be like, oh, fuck it. They're like, all right, we'll throw in Norton too, and the people negotiating it would be like, no, you don't have to.
Do you think that they would be happy to leave me there?
Yeah, they would. They'd be like, okay, for an extra $15 American, we'll throw in Jim Norton. And they're like, no deal. No dice. No way.
So you're saying that song ruined people's... vacation.
Everyone. And then I was getting tweets from everyone.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten about it. But then I got a tweet that reminded me, or maybe it was Kevin's text that reminded me. Something reminded me, and then it was stuck in my head. So I decided I'd inflict the same damage on people. I got so many angry tweets because you sent me a Sean Paul tweet over the weekend.
I said Dutty.
Yeah.
I figured you'd enjoy that.
And then I quoted it and just wrote, grab a hottie, join the party. And that's when a ton of angry tweets came in from people. Like, I had just gotten it out. It had just left me.
Well, what are you talking about? Just for anyone that might have just tuned in, where we went over it. And I remember Voss played like a cool guy, and he was like yelling. It was so bad the way it was.
I gotta see it.
The scenes were cut.
I got to see it.
Yeah. Yelling at them as they walk out. It wasn't edited particularly.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, crazy party though.
It was. I remember when everyone fell asleep at the same time.
Everybody just lumped in together.
Is that how most parties happen? Yeah, Adrian, you're young.
No.
A lot of time, do you wake up in the morning and all of you are just kind of in a pile together and you all wake up at the same time and go, man, what a night.
Yeah, well, I mean, where the light is the exact same as it was?
Right. It appears to be exactly 38 minutes later.
No, that's never happened.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just
maybe
one person have their pants down?
And then one person with his pants down. Does he have one sock rolled down too? Just so
It's been a crazy night.
Well, it's been wild.
Well, it's actually been a crazy mid-afternoon.
The great thing about this party is you were able to stop. You were able to start the party and go through the whole thing, and you still were able to get in the car before evening rush hour traffic started.
Absolutely. It really was an amazing party.
Yeah, it was.
All of us on the same side of the pool.
Yeah. It's like one nice tight shot, which was able to fit everybody.
A nice overcast day, disgusting pool.
Where there's leaves on the ground. You could see the dead leaves on the
Does
ground.
it look like a fun summer party?
No. It doesn't look anything like that. Some of you guys have jackets on.
Yeah.
Why would you have jackets on at a pool party?
Yeah.
Pool's brown.
I remember it was cold.
Of course it was cold. It's obviously autumn on the East Coast.
Wasn't nice.
No, it wasn't. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was, I didn't do much. Just worked on some material.
Yeah.
As I'm preparing for my gigs. I get the Borgata. I don't even know if people bought tickets, but the Borgata's on sale for August 5th.
I know 6 are spoken for.
There are 6 that are spoken for. I got some overseas tweets. People are coming, so I'm really looking forward to going over to get out of the country a little bit. Yeah.
When are the overseas dates?
End of May.
Okay.
Like 26th through 31st. We're off that week.
So wait a minute. Are we setting up for the summer of Jim Norton?
What do you mean?
Overseas dates, then the Borgata. I feel like everything is gonna we're leading up to a bunch of stuff happening starting in May and then throughout.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big tour. I want to go to London too. I really want to go to England.
Well, London's calling.
Yuck.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You want to go to London?
I do. I want to go over. I want to go overseas. I get a lot of tweets from London.
What changed your mind? Because forever you were like, I'm not going to do
Bill
that.
Burr. I got to credit Bill Burr. I've heard, and Stan Hope and all those guys I know have gone over the years, and Patrice used to go, but Bill Burr, I don't know, he just made sense. Because Bill's the guy I know, and I've kind of, I've watched him go overseas, and I've watched his tours. I remember when he first started going, they weren't huge tours, but he's like, dude, you just got to go, and he just convinced me. So now I want to do London badly. Like London and around there, maybe a week in England.
Netflix, I'm sure, will help all that too.
It will. I was talking to a young lady in Norway, and she's like, "Yeah, you're on the front page
Of
Netflix."
What do you mean you're talking to a young lady in Norway?
A friend of mine who lives there.
Oh, you have international friends like that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Very popular.
That's pretty cool. Where'd you meet a young lady in Norway?
We just became friends, like you meet on Facebook and stuff.
No, you don't meet on Facebook.
Yeah, you do. I meet on Facebook all the time.
Who do you meet on Facebook?
A lot of people.
I've never met anybody on Facebook.
Because you don't have any friends. I'm very popular.
I guess, I don't know the lifestyle of being popular, I suppose.
Instagram, Twitter, so many ways to meet friends.
I hope you're being catfished.
No.
That's how people meet you on Facebook, and they catfish
I have
you.
been catfished before, but never badly. I'm too cautious.
Yeah.
I'm too paranoid about being catfished.
But your friend in Norway is not a catfisher.
No. I FaceTime with this person.
Oh.
Just chatting.
So you guys are very close friends.
We're actually friends. Yeah, it's not even a naked FaceTime.
What do you guys chat about?
Just anything, how was your day and what's going on? Just
Friendly
bullshit.
conversations?
Yeah.
I don't have friendly conversations with anybody.
Because no one thinks of you as a friend.
Is that right?
Yes. This was a friend.
Yeah. See, that's why I have so many questions.
Yeah.
It's a foreign concept to
I'll
me.
answer all of them. I'm happy to get new friends from different locations.
Yeah. So so if a guy or girl wants to be like friends with you,
It depends on how busy I am.
I see. I see.
Although I do respond to men too. I write guys back when
You
they
FaceTime with them?
No, I'm busy.
You are.
Yeah,
Naked
let's be
FaceTime?
honest. What's that?
Naked FaceTime?
No, not with men. No, I don't even naked FaceTime with women. I don't trust that.
Why don't you trust naked FaceTiming?
Because I don't want to be. I'm not. If I was in better shape, I wouldn't care. You can take the pictures of my dick you want, but I'm not in good enough shape to be screen capped.
What do you? Your dick is not in good enough shape?
No, but there's more to my dick than just.
You just said you could take screen grabs of my dick all you want if I was in better
You know what I
shape.
mean? But I was meaning that the rest of me.
Oh, I see.
You can't just FaceTime with someone and aim the camera at your dick.
Why?
Nobody wants that. Trust me.
Okay, I don't know.
If I could get away with it, I would do it.
You would?
Yeah, in a second.
You should try it. If maybe one of your friends that's not one of your closer friends, just see if they'll be like, oh, think of a funny, clever name for your dick.
I already have one.
What is it?
Travis Dog.
And say the Travis dog wants to talk to you. And then just swing your dick and go woof, woof, woof. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm always afraid if you do that, you're gonna get someone's gonna just film you doing it.
You could definitely get screen grabbed.
Yeah, and again, if I was in great shape, I wouldn't care. Because who cares? It's just you sitting there.
But you still have your body issues.
We all do.
Yeah. No, trust me.
Do you want to be screen grabbed naked?
Are you kidding me?
No.
I wouldn't even text but you'll text dick photos, but not full body naked photos?
Yeah, I have one good full body naked photo where I'm kind of, my dick's not in it, like I'm turning and looking so I could do it without my dick being in it.
What?
I didn't want to set it with my dick
What do
in
you
it.
look like, the Copper Tone Baby?
No, someone asked me to send my body.
What?
Some girl asked me to send a picture of my body.
Send me a photo of your body.
Yeah.
And so you'd like, it's like a
I
prom
grabbed
photo?
a hottie. Yeah.
It's like head over the shoulder and turning a little bit?
No.
What?
It's just like a 3/4 body shot, but my head is not in it. Because she wanted to see my body, but I wouldn't send it with my face.
Oh. So you sent your little like slug body to her?
It was a good shot.
Was it?
Yeah.
Who did is it a mirror photo?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't have to have somebody come over and take it?
No, my dick's not in it.
Wow. But your butt cheeks are.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, just your cheeks. You're proud of your cheeks.
Hey, we are proud of our cheeks, aren't we?
I'm not proud of my cheeks.
Why?
I have a flat ass.
Do you have a flat ass?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Probably all those balls pounding against it. Is your cheeks flat? I never looked at your ass. They're flat.
Oh, yeah. There is no ass to be had.
Yeah, I have good cheeks.
Well, then show them off.
Decent cheeks.
Yeah. Turn to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
Position your body properly.
Well, a lot of times girls want to see what your body looks like. They don't want a dick picture. A lot of girls don't want a dick picture. They want to see what your body looks like, but they don't want to see a dick picture.
Right.
So what are you going to do? Say no? You got to do it.
Is that something like, do you meet this girl later after you send a photo of your body, or is it just a
Some
text?
you do, some you don't.
Yeah.
It's a weird dating time. You know, you've talked to girls that you haven't met, right?
Mm-hmm. You send photos of your body?
Penis?
But no, I didn't ask penis. Body.
No, I don't think so.
If
That's
they
weird,
asked
right?
you, would you? If a
I
girl
think
wanted one.
I have, but it's
Yeah.
not like a regular thing. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't believe me. That's not the normal. I had to find it. I mean, I had it, but
I like that you have a body shot, though.
sometimes a girl wants it, and yeah, if
You know
they
what?
want it, you got to do it.
If you're going to be a professional about it, you have to have photos of each of your parts in the best shape possible.
Yeah.
You got to have a go-to dick pic, a go-to full body shot. You know, some people get pissed when it's like you don't send them a headshot or something.
Yeah, I got a
You get
bunch
really
of
TO'd.
TO'd.
Ticked off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that.
It's really TO'd.
Dick pictures are a lot of women hate them, so never just send them. Never. That's bad news.
Did they ask for them ever?
That's the only time I would send one.
I see.
Right? You can't just fire out a dick picture.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Have you done it before? Like before you
Yeah,
you kind
I've
of,
broken etiquette over the years, but not.
How did they get mad?
I mean, never horribly. Like
Because you always have, at least you've established somewhat of a relationship that it's not like it's just some whatever person who works at the grocery store by your house, and then you're like, here's my dick.
Oh yeah, I was talking to a girl. This is true. I was talking to a girl recently, and apparently she's gay. I didn't know she was gay. But we were just talking. It didn't matter. And I sent something I meant to send to somebody else, but it wasn't a nude photo. It was a text or something that I meant for somebody else. Like, yeah, I'll meet whatever it was. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I meant to send it to someone else. And then she wrote back, like, when she saw what it was, she's like, oh, God, I was so worried it was a dick picture. I was like, no, I would never just fire at it. The guys do that.
The texting is a dangerous game, though, because it's so easy to send the wrong text to the wrong person.
I told you one time I sent a financial thing I had done to another girl. I had sent like this, oh, it was bad.
Did she realize what it was?
Well, the girl I sent it to was like, Jim. I'm like, oh,
okay.
She didn't care.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
Just being cute.
No, it was embarrassing.
It was.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
But sometimes you hit one, like when you're texting someone, and this can happen to anybody. You could be talking to your wife or you're talking to your stupid boss, and you hit one, like I'll hit Sam's name, but then all of a sudden my text with Adrian pops up. Like once in a while your phone is just off a little bit. That you have to be really careful.
I've sent, I think I've said it before in the air, I've sent like to professional people, like a good morning baby or something like that. It's specifically intended for Jess, obviously.
I would hope so.
Just like a sweet text in the morning. And then I'm like, oh no, this is a professional contact. I don't need to be sending a publicist a thing that says good morning, sweetie, or whatever.
Oh, I got one, oh my God, from this this producer I was supposed to meet with, who I've known for a long time. And we were going to have lunch, which I actually have to write down and do that. I keep forgetting. But anyway, we were going to meet. And we were having trouble with the time, and then I got a text from him that said, yeah, I can be over and we can watch the game. I'm going to blow off Norton, and I can be there at a certain time. He sent it to me.
No. No. Did you acknowledge it?
I don't remember if I did, but I wasn't even that mad about it.
I mean, you got to laugh,
I might even be able to
right?
find it. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm going to blow off Norton?
Yeah.
And he sent it to you as you guys were making plans that were just going to get blown off anyway?
Yep.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, he was really embarrassed, I think.
Yeah.
But we actually did wind up having the meeting, and he wants to do another one. He's like a legitimate...
Well, of course you guys had the meeting. You can't back out of it now. He's
Not
like,
that day we didn't.
Oh, he blew you off?
No. Not that day we did not.
No, I'm blowing off Ed Norton. That wasn't for you. It's a whole different thing.
Okay, hold on. God damn it. Oh, this was for... Yeah, he gave me something after. You can talk for a second. I want to find this.
Yeah. No, Ed Norton was just trying to set up a meeting for a sequel to American History X. It'll never work out. That's all I was talking about, Jim. Not you. I would never blow off Jim Norton.
I'm going to look at my... I'm trying to find it, but there's too many texts since then. I'm going to blow off...
That's Jim's way of of saying, no, there's so many texts since then, so just don't you worry. Our relationship is really... It's improved. He didn't really want to blow me off.
God, no, I don't want to scroll for that long. I'll find it during the break. But it was really funny. I was like, ugh. I was a little annoyed when I got it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's certainly diminutive of you.
Because he was, what?
Like he's making it...
It's diminutive of me?
Like he is being diminutive toward you.
Dismissive.
Well, I mean, you could say it's diminutive.
No, you can't. No, it's not.
It's a diminutive thing to do to somebody.
No, it's not.
Making them feel less than?
No.
He's not... It's not...
Diminutive is like a small, like, oh, look at that. He's diminutive. But you don't... The way you said it was improper, completely improper.
I don't... Well, maybe in the phrasing of it, but the word
extremely or
still.
unusually small, yeah. It makes you feel diminutive, but it's not
That's what I'm
diminutive
saying.
to you.
Well, that's why I didn't know how to sneak that word into the sentence.
I
But
know.
the
I know
word
what you're doing.
The word works.
No.
In that context, but I don't quite still know the sentence that I would say it in.
He's treating you. He's trying
In a diminutive fashion.
or he's making you feel diminutive. But even that would be a
That wouldn't
stupid way
work.
to use it.
Yeah,
No,
that wouldn't
it's
work
not a good
either.
way to use it.
He's being diminutive toward
No, it's
you.
not. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't fit there.
Did you notice that text is a bit dismissive?
That's better.
Thank you.
It was, but it was to his wife. The reason I didn't get that mad is it wasn't to another business person. It was to his wife.
But it wasn't like, oh, I have this meeting. I don't know if I'm going to try to get out of it. It was like, I'm going to blow off Norton.
He was doing something with his wife, so he's like, "I'm available. I'll come." I didn't care as much because if I'm talking to my girlfriend, I had to see. I'm like, "I'm blow him off. I'll come over. I'll do." It didn't really bother me, but it was mildly annoying for a minute, and then I laughed about it.
It's funny.
It's embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing.
Getting caught like that. I wonder how many people get caught with Siri. We've talked about this before too. Like when you're talking on Siri and then you send a message, and then all of a sudden that thing is still going.
Yeah.
It looks like the thing is still. You haven't hit done.
Oh, like the text is way too long. Like,
and it's like I'll be talking to someone going, "All right, I'll be over there in a minute. Hey, look, man, make a left on 35th," and the make a left on 35th gets fucking caught too.
or yeah.
And it all goes because you forgot to hit stop.
Siri, text Jim. I'll be over there in a second. No, I know. I don't want to see him either. I have to go. I work with him. Oh, no.
And you hear the noise.
Yeah. Oh no.
What's the noise you don't want to hear? Hold on. When you're talking like, let's see. Oh.
What?
That's the worst.
Yeah. Is that... No, yeah, it's that... Ding. It's that one that lets you know it's finished, not that it's starting.
Yeah, I will. I'll be over there, but this fucking guy won't stop texting me. It's so annoying. I'm really starting to hate him, but I got to do it because I work with him. Oh no, it went.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You start trying to think of excuses. That's Siri picked up another conversation I was having about somebody else. It used to, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but it used to be the butt dial was the biggest problem, where you would talk to somebody on the phone and be like, all right, goodbye, and you put your phone in your pocket. It was all the phones that didn't flip, that had the keypads on them, because it would mash like redial in your pocket. And then you would just call the person back right away by mistake.
Yeah.
So if you were talking shit about a person right after you got off the phone with them, you ended up calling them by mistake, and they just heard your voice.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Did you really?
Yes. This is years ago.
What happened?
We have a story from Adrian.
Oh, good one.
I have a friend who has a really weak stomach. So if I used to
I have a couple of friends with really fat ones.
So if I had a particularly bad shit, I would always take a photo of it and send it to him. And
That's disgusting.
just to ruin his day.
Oh.
And then one afternoon, when I had attempted to send him that photo, I actually didn't send it to him. I sent it to a girl that I was really trying to have sex with at the time.
Did it help your cause?
No.
It didn't.
What did she say?
End of the road. She responded like, what the fuck is this?
Because how are you going to get out of that? You can be like...
I told her, I was like, one of my friends took my phone and did that. And she was like, no, they didn't.
She knew you were lying.
I don't even remember. I just panicked. And
Because the truth is, it's like...
Diarrhea photo.
It was a bad one. Really bad. Like the whole bowl splattered the wall.
Do you still have that picture?
No, this is years ago.
God damn it! That's I accidentally sent a diarrhea pic to a girl. Is what it says on the.
Yeah.
'Cause no girl
and I was right there too. We were gonna hang out that weekend.
No girl that you're trying to hook up with wants to even hear that you do that shit to your friends.
No, because then they think I'm a pig.
They don't
Right.
want to know that you have diarrhea. There's nothing worse when a girl says, "Oh, he's got diarrhea."
She was on the impression I was a sweet guy, like well mannered.
Hey, that wasn't for you. Just so you know.
Were you embarrassed?
Okay. All right, that's fine then.
Yeah,
You were humiliated.
I panicked
When did you
what are
realize
you
it
gonna
got
do?
sent to her? When did you realize it went to her?
when I got her response.
You start scrolling up like, this has to be about something else. No,
remember-
this has to be a glitch. Oh, no.
We were in my friend's basement. I got a text from her saying, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "What is she talking about?" And then I opened and looked and realized what the last thing I'd sent to her was.
Oh no!
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. I've been talking to Adrian, and I think something might be kind of going on with us. I mean, do you guys think he's cute? Yeah, no, he's really cute. And I don't know, but isn't he kind of an asshole? No, he's actually, you guys would be so surprised. He just kind of puts that on for everybody. He's actually really sweet.
He's a really good guy.
Oh, he just texted. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Would
You guys were right.
He's a piece of garbage.
And there's diarrhea on her phone.
Would you have been? What would you have done if the next text you got was "That made me wet"? Come over, and you realize that your diarrhea turned her on.
I would have ran over there.
So you really the friends thing. If you were hanging out with your friend, you should have said, "Oh, sorry, my dumb friend."
He tried that.
I tried that.
She knew he was.
You didn't do it well enough because that was convinced. No, he didn't.
I think eventually she was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But then it was just too awkward for us to ever
Right.
continue.
Well, she had you put diarrhea on her phone.
Yeah, I did,
You know.
and it was bad. It wasn't just normal diarrhea. It was like nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
The upper walls of the toilet splattered everything.
Because even if you're trying to convince a girl that you're a good guy, even the fact that your friends do that.
Yeah, I mean, I sent her a multicolored shit
Yeah.
text message.
Yeah, even if it's no, that was one of my buddies grabbed my phone, and she'd be like, you hang out with guys that think that's funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, my friends do that.
Yeah, really? That's who you're friends with?
Yeah.
I don't. Do you still want to hang out? Because that's not a picture of me. That's not mine. Do you want to?
We never slept together.
We shouldn't. Do you want to not talk about this anymore? Because that's not mine. I think it's gross. She's like,
disgusting.
no, because how does your friend use your phone to send it to her? Because then the photo would still have to be on your phone.
No, the friend could have taken the phone in the bathroom and just taken the picture.
So you'd have to take the phone.
Either way, no matter what, no matter how I tried.
Oh, and send it to her.
It's
yeah,
so
it
intricate.
wouldn't-
There's so many steps. You'd have to be away from your phone for minutes for that to be
That's a good
to happen.
point. Well, that could happen.
I guess
That could happen.
but it's a stretch.
It didn't go well. I haven't We never slept together.
And then why would a friend send it to her?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a bad lie.
No.
My friend sent a picture of shit to you. Diarrhea picture.
You should have just texted her. You should have gone all in at that point and just texted her and said, sorry. My friend bet me that I wouldn't do that. That would probably work perfectly. Because you know what? She'd think you'd have integrity at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
But it wasn't. I couldn't even have the excuse of like, oh, sorry, I was drunk and my friends were like, it was like 6 o'clock
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
on like a Thursday.
Right. So like the sunset was happening.
Yeah, twilight.
Hadn't even gotten to dinner yet. Like, you guys want dinner? No, it's so early. It's only 6 o'clock. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, what you should have done was then went on Twitter from a computer and said, hey, look, guys, my phone got stolen. So if anyone gets diarrhea photos, I'm not sending them.
Hey, guys, the poo-poo bandit stole my phone.
Yeah, he's taking pictures of shit and trying to ruin all my interpersonal relationships. I don't appreciate it.
Just got word that there may be diarrhea photos coming from my phone. Not me.
Not from
Sick.
me.
Bad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Behaving badly. It's embarrassing.
Oh, poor
Yeah, it was.
Adrian.
Derek has a good story.
Oh, he does?
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
no.
tell him to step up to the microphone.
You can use mine. It's okay. He's trying to say that he doesn't have headphones.
You don't need headphones.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
a mouth and a microphone.
Yeah.
Here, take mine.
Take your time, though.
Get all settled in.
Yeah, relax.
So I did this on Friday, and
Like 2 days ago?
yes,
Okay.
I was texting with my mother,
Oh, no.
and you know when you just kind of type really quick on the iPhone, sometimes it'll freeze up and then the keys will jump. And
Did
you'll
you
be like,
did you accidentally send the sexual messages you were sending to your mother to somebody else? Because that would be
No,
really
you're mixing it up a
embarrassing.
little bit.
I bet you look really good in that apron.
Well,
You still naked?
Yeah, you wearing that world's wettest mom apron?
You think Derek's mom has an apron that says "World's Wettest Mom"?
Mama's Scacarelli. No, she does not.
Oh, I gotta see a photo of your mom wearing that apron, dude.
There's no photos of her in that one. It's a
Oh, Derek,
private
I thought you'd be in college.
What happened?
Well, let's just say the last photo saved on my camera roll was a suggestive photo of my girlfriend in lingerie.
How many fucking photos of your girlfriend do you have on that phone?
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Let us see it. We'll determine how
takes
suggestive it is.
No.
Oh, is that the one you were showing before?
No. The one you were showing before was a titty shot.
There were no titty shots. So
You showed a titty shot? I want to see it.
no, I did not.
Yes, he did.
Tits were covered.
Yes, he did.
Let's not get into this. We're getting off the story. here.
Yes, he did.
So
He doesn't want anybody to know, though.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Cool,
A
cool.
little,
Sorry.
late, little late for that.
Don't talk about it anymore.
Sorry, yeah, but I want to see it.
Because he said, you should show Jim.
Well-
But he said, like, after he showed it to all of us in the office, he was like, just don't say anything on the air. So we said we wouldn't. So don't
Appreciate that.
say anything.
Thanks, guys. That won't cause a problem.
Good. Yeah, I want to
you,
see.
You said that you had, did you say titty shots or lingerie shots?
On Friday,
In general, just now. Didn't you
I've
just,
got an assortment.
you got titty shots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're admitting it, we can admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. You didn't see that though.
Yeah, I did. But go on.
So I sent it, and I had this fucking moment of panic where I'm standing like outside of Penn Station, looking at my phone, like no way. And I'm just like glancing, and I'm like hoping for the name to change, and it just says "Mom," and it's that photo. So
Did you really send it to her?
I sent it to her.
Why did you send the picture of your girlfriend to your mom?
I didn't do it on purpose. I was typing quickly.
You sent a photo of your girlfriend in lingerie to your mom.
Yes, I did.
Wait a minute. Were you trying to send her a picture of something else?
No, I was just typing to her, and then I hit send, and then the phone froze up, and then the keyboard jumped a bunch, and then all of a sudden the fucking photo was in the message, and I was panicking.
Wait, I've never heard of that happening. How does that hold on.
Well, when you panic and your fingers are sweaty.
No, but a photo doesn't just open up and then send.
Because the new iOS has that feature where it's right next to the keyboard where you hit it, and the
You could
photos
swipe.
pop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, there's a thing. So like when you're typing, I see what he's saying. I still don't know, but so when you're typing, see like there's a spot for the text and then a spot right next to it for a photo.
Yeah.
So you could easily, and then you just hit it, boom, and it goes right through.
Then what you got to be careful of is when you take a picture, which I've done before, and then you swipe it forward. Like when you know how you open your photos to go to send one, and then you scroll through them a little bit to look. You got to be careful because when you're scrolling a little bit, if that text bar is still above it, you could actually swipe one into the text bar and it sends.
I was just going to say that, and it automatically sends. Like if you swipe a photo into a text, it just automatically sends, which it should. That's stupid.
Like if you swipe a sex shot of your girlfriend while you're in a text with your mom, it'll auto send.
World's wettest mom.
World's wettest mom. So did it go? It went through.
Yeah, it went through.
Oh no!
And
Mama Skankarelli.
Now,
Her sick baby is no longer just a baby. She realized, oh no, this is what my son's doing. My little baby boy.
Did your mom like the picture?
She didn't see it.
Did she write back and go, "Wow, this is really hot. I'm gonna stink up a zucchini"?
Oh my lord! No, she didn't say that. I don't think she would say something like that.
Why did she send texts that are so literal and vulgar?
No, there's no vegetables going anywhere near her. So in the moment, I fucking panicked, and I called her. Like as soon as I sent it, I went into panic mode, and I called her like 12 seconds after I sent the photo, and I sent some text right after. That way, it wouldn't be the first thing that pops up. So then I called her, and I was like, "Don't open your fucking phone. Don't open the text message." And she's like, "Why? What's wrong? What happened? What did you do?" And I just said that I was in a group chat with some guy friends, and I was like, "I sent a dirty picture of some tits, and I don't want you to see it." And she was just like disgusted with me. And then when I got home, I took her phone and I deleted it, and she didn't open it, thank God. But it was
She said she didn't open it.
She opened it.
But it had the dot next to it. That said unread.
She totally.
I don't
Of
think
course
she even knows how to mark it.
Yeah, because she saw the preview. Preview comes up.
I hope not.
She definitely saw the preview.
Yeah, she did. She probably I recognize those.
Whatever.
Yeah. You think she recognized them?
Because there was a photo of her.
Do you think that Derek's mom and his girlfriend have lesed out a time or two?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I think.
That would be factually.
Yeah, I do think
incorrect.
so.
How would you know, dude?
I guess
they
there's
could
a
honestly-
chance that I don't know.
You and your mom, your mom and your girlfriend could be, going down on each other as we speak.
That's upsetting to think about.
But it could be.
I guess, but
What is it about it? You think his mom is
Assuming
just
the worst here.
hypersexual?
I think so. Yeah, she probably didn't get a lot at one point. Now the internet is showing her all these things she missed. Do you find your mother saying things like she loves BBC and you're hoping it's the radio?
no, I've never heard her reference that acronym before.
Yeah.
But it's not British Broadcasting Company. That's not what you're getting at.
You've never
is it?
even lived in London.
Yeah, Mom.
How would you know if you love that or not?
Oh no.
What BBC would she be referring to?
I don't know. I didn't think the joke any further. I don't want to be graphic.
Well, yeah,
So,
I
Mom,
mean, we don't want to be crass.
I'll
We
be respectful.
care about you too much.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The zucchini was fine.
Thank you. It was funny his reaction. Oh Lord.
Oh my.
What did he say? Oh my or oh dear.
Oh dear.
I don't know. Something like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Do
it
you
was...
think his mom saw the lingerie shot?
Of course.
She definitely at least saw it in the preview that comes up, because
There's a chance she did.
she definitely did.
Because she was going to pick me up from the train station when I was coming home.
Aw, Mom, my train's getting in.
And then...
And she was like, "Oh, you're not a virgin anymore, huh?"
Yeah.
Well,
She couldn't believe it.
Sexual beings walk.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't stop smelling that thing when you come in.
She used to check on him.
Yeah, the way you check a baby's diaper.
Yeah. Did you think she used to scratch and sniff test?
Yeah, she would just grab it, hold him up by his ankles, and sniff it. Make sure he hadn't been putting it in any dirty girls.
No.
Derek would lay down on the floor and she'd grab him by the ankles and sniff his balls.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened for quite some time.
And make sure they weren't in anybody.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want that.
But yeah, when I got to the train, she wasn't there. My dad was there. And I told him what happened, and he was like, "Oh, you're fucked. There's no way she didn't look at that." So...
You told your dad that you sent a
knows?
lingerie shot?
Yeah, he was like, "You're such a fucking idiot."
Does he know
He was
how-
just laughing at me.
Does he know how many pictures you have of her in that phone?
He's not aware of my catalog or how vast.
Does he know there are titty shots in there? I do.
I mean, he could surmise.
Right.
Are there any sex shots?
No, there are not.
None of you fucking.
Any videos?
I don't take any photos, including my penis. No one wants to see me naked, you know?
No videos?
No, but you do it for yourself.
Right.
I don't need to look at photos of myself.
You don't have any videos, I asked.
No, I've never done that.
I don't know if I believe him. Because one would gather that if you had a bunch of naked shots of your girlfriend in your phone, you'd feel a little, randy at some point while you were in the act, and we're like, hey, maybe I should just what if I just film this? You know what I mean? You're looking at yourself penetrating your loved one, and you're like, yeah, I should keep this for posterity.
There's one person related to this crew who's got the sex tapes on his phone. You know who that is?
Don't try to throw anybody else under the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't try to distract. You're the one with titty shots in your phone. I'll bet there's sex videos. I'll bet
I
you've
don't
done
have
it.
any. I would tell you if I did.
Who has sex videos on their phone? Do you?
Hot dog.
Do you? Yeah. Hot Dog does too of him?
Yeah, he does.
With who?
His ex.
Oh, cool.
That
But we found out
sledgehammer.
I went to lunch with Hot Dog on Friday. He hasn't had sex in 2 years.
Not a bad looking dude. He's just a regular guy. What's wrong with him?
He went
Is he
through-
just shy?
Yeah, he's shy, and he had low self-esteem for a while, and I think all his family shit just got in his head.
Yeah, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
How old is he?
25, something like that?
Who do we have to take to the Bunny Ranch? We have to take him, and we got to take, even though he's an employee, I don't know if we're allowed, but we got to take him and Bobo.
Bobo's got to go.
We got to get Bobo blown.
Something.
We've been friends with this guy for much as he's fucking drives you crazy, but we've
Yeah.
known this guy for years.
Yeah.
We got to get this guy blown.
I think that's right.
Deserves it.
Of course he does. It'll change his life. And he'll finally be able to relax.
Yeah, I'm afraid he'd fall in love with the girl, though.
Of course he would. He wouldn't. He wouldn't fathom that. He's such an emotional guy.
Yeah.
Remember how in love he was? Remember we had him in here and we had that porn star give him a sponge bath?
Taylor.
No, it wasn't Taylor. It was
Lisa, maybe?
Something Vixen?
no, it wasn't
Oh.
her. But we had Bobo sit in a giant Tupperware and get a sponge bath.
Yeah.
And he was in love with her.
Did he like it?
Oh, he loved it.
He did.
He loved it.
I mean, he's fallen in love with women he hasn't even met.
Yeah.
Remember he loved Christina down the hall?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He was really into her.
Oh, yeah. He used to like to think about what she would look like in the shower, if you remember.
Yeah. Her big breasts being soaked up.
That's what he
That
wanted.
really got him all fucking lathered up.
It really did. Oh, Bobo. Yeah, we should work on that.
I would like to see that happen for him.
Did you hear Chuck Berry died?
I did. Yeah. But I bought some Chuck Berry music.
Did you?
Yeah, he was good, man. Like, even though I'm not a big fan of the 50s, I'm much more a fan of his hotel room work. But you can't not respect Chuck Berry.
It's amazing, dude. I mean, the for somebody like Chuck Berry, the way to make money is you got to fake your own death, because I think everybody does what you did. Like, everybody goes and they will have not thought about Chuck Berry in years, and then they'll go back and start buying stuff, because over the weekend, I mean, everybody was talking about how influential he was, and how important he was, and how he basically created rock and roll and all this stuff, and that wasn't a conversation that was being had regularly.
And Johnny B. Good was 1958. He was like 32 when he did that, which is not old, but it's not like he was 21 when he did that song.
Right. Like, it's not like he had this sort of... at 32 is when people start telling you, like, no, you're not going to... This isn't...
Yeah, like,
this
I don't
isn't
know.
going to happen, dude.
I don't know the lineage of like what his music was before, as far as like when, but I know when the guys like Keith Richards have just been tweeting photos of himself with him and Chuck. Like, he loved Chuck Berry and all those old school British guys. Like, you know how like guys like Ozzy and Lemmy and fucking like Billy Joel, they all look up to the Beatles, and he's the guy that the Beatles and the Rolling Stones looked up to.
Yeah.
Was Chuck Berry. That was the guy for them.
Who would have thought that he got the idea for Johnny B. Good from his cousin Marvin? Marvin Berry?
Marvin Berry. I'm actually just doing Anthony's impression of that moment.
Yeah. I read that, and then right after that, I read that they said Glen Campbell can't play guitar at all anymore.
He couldn't a long time ago.
They said, no, I think he could still play.
I heard that Glen Campbell like recently couldn't do anything.
I actually, if I'm going to be honest, I thought Glen Campbell was already dead.
No, that's new news.
Yeah, he can no longer play guitar at all. They said he wasn't performing in public anymore.
No. I mean, we heard recently that he could barely communicate with some grunts and stuff like that. Like, he couldn't. I didn't know he was still playing guitar.
That's the worst. You just hope that you get hit by a bus or something instead of having to just slowly peter out like that.
Or you hope that you don't know what's happening. Like, when someone has Alzheimer's, it might be frustrating. I don't know. Like, they might not even know.
I think it's super frustrating, because I think when they have they're confused. They might not know they have Alzheimer's, but they don't know why they get angry and confused a lot, because they know that everybody around them knows something that they don't.
I guess so, yeah. I suppose so.
Like, it's just a constant state of confusion. Like, where am I? I should know this. I'm an adult, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they get very frustrated, I think.
Yeah. So I just...
I'm Not Gonna Miss You is a great song. That's fucking great.
I know, but it's so fucking sad.
I laugh all the way through it.
That's not a comedy song.
I laugh all the way through it. I bully people.
You do?
No, that's a miserable song.
It's miserable.
But it's also kind of... It's kind of brilliant. They said he did it in like 2 takes. Like he couldn't remember it, so he had to read it off the paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's brilliant when artists are able to do stuff like that, like take what's going on and do... Like Warren Zevon went out the best way you could go out.
Yeah. Enjoy Every Sandwich is such a good quote that he said on Letterman. I wasn't a big Warren Zevon fan, but that's an amazing quote. It's such a stupid, simple thing, but you're like, he's fucking... When you got cancer and you're dropping dead, you're going to go like, why didn't I enjoy all these stupid things I did? These little...
Right.
Boring. Like when you look at someone who's got a terrible thing happening to them, like they would... I told you, this girl who I didn't know, but she was a dominatrix who I'd never met. But she had cancer, and I watched her videos as she was dying. She was making these videos. And in one of the videos, she said, like, I would just want to go back to living my life. And it's like, that's all you want to do is go back to what you were doing. Like, the dumb shit, coming to work, fucking...
But you just realize it's over, and it's not coming back.
And it's not coming back. And all that stuff you took for granted, you can never have again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great advice from Warren Zevon.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think, even in the most positive light, fading out is the worst thing a person can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to do something than fade away. I wish I knew Neil Young's music better. Better to burn out than fade away.
Right.
Is that what he says?
Probably.
Bunch of young hip-hoppers. How about you look up some Neil Young? I think it's better to burn out than fade away. Rock and roll, never die. Quickly, look it up. Thank you.
Adrian, why wouldn't it occur to you to just look up Neil Young quotes?
Yeah, better to burn out than fade away. Okay.
Right. Burn out than fade away. Yeah, so it's what was did Chuck Berry have was he sick?
I mean,
just old?
I don't know. I guess in the context of being 90, I don't know if people saw it coming.
I mean, at 90, I feel like they just always see it coming.
Yeah.
Being 90 years old is like, you're not going to make it that much longer.
Did you ever see the video of him farting in that girl? They said she was a hooker, but I don't know who she was. In that hotel room where he's farting in her mouth.
Yeah, I think
her face.
Wasn't that on like an email not too long ago? Yeah.
Like she's eating his ass.
Right.
Like go back to that. Let's put the volume.
Our guest is not here yet, are they? They're in the system though?
I would assume so.
Yeah. Is Joe in the system?
I can put him in.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
So
let's hit the volume on this or no?
Yeah, I have the volume up.
Huh.
Maybe there's no volume on this one. She's eating his bottom, and then boom.
Yeah, full Chuck Berry.
Troy said that his dad did sound for Chuck Berry, and he played Johnny B. Good like 3 times, and he was like really out of it, and he was just still touring because he probably did not save a ton of his money, right?
Oh, he's pissing on the girl. I guess Chuck made these are not good videos. What's his like early 80s? 81 probably, 82.
Yeah. I can't kiss you. Your face smells like piss. Is what?
Please take a shower.
Give the shower.
Why are they playing Johnny B. Good?
The sex tape was found and leaked after a drug raid on Chuck's house in the late 80s. So it's probably from the early 80s.
That's so demeaning to piss on a woman and then say, I can't.
She's sexy too, man.
I can't kiss you. Your face smells like piss. You did that.
He was caught hiding. Oh, that's right. He would hide cameras in bathrooms. I fucking forgot about that.
And this is in. Oh.
Give my ass a little kiss.
Give my ass a little kiss.
You think he did that on purpose?
Oh boy. Give my ass a little kiss. Go back again.
She went, oh.
I'm glad there's subtitles.
You like that thing goes, furt?
Furt.
Yeah, I forgot he would videotape the toilet stuff. Jesus Christ, that was a big one.
And that was back when it was not like you could just sneak a camera into, like, it wasn't those little, like,
GoPros or fucking whatever, yeah.
Yeah. That was the 80s. It was very, very difficult to sneak cameras in anywhere. They were big.
I knew about the sex tape. I totally forgot that he would do that. That was creepy.
Do you think he as a man of experience, doing things that might be unconventional to some, do you think that he farted in that woman's face on purpose?
I have a feeling he knew it was coming, and that's why he asked for the ass kiss. Something tells me he knew that was coming.
Because he was insistent upon it. Kiss it, kiss it, kiss it. Fart.
Yeah.
Girl, imagine if she was like, all she wanted to do was fuck Chuck Berry, you know what I mean, and have that experience.
Or he just paid her. I don't know. They said she was a hooker.
Or she wanted to get paid, whatever it was. And she's getting pissed on. She's getting farted on her face. Like,
maybe she wanted to get pissed on, though. Who knows?
She definitely didn't want to get her face farted in.
No, but maybe she liked being pissed on because I can't kiss you. Your face smells like piss.
Yeah. You disgusting person.
Yeah, if you're going to piss on a girl, don't not kiss her after. That's rude.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know.
Things got worse the following year in June. What year was this? In '89. He got sued by a cook at this eatery called the Southern. The article. He created videotapes for the improper purpose of the entertainment and gratification. In June, his home got raided, and with great fanfare, law enforcement officials of fame, they found a videotape, hashish, marijuana, 3 weapons, and $130,000. He got hit with a class action lawsuit from multiple women accusing him of making videos while they were undressing and using bathrooms on his property.
Okay, so it wasn't public bathrooms, it was bathrooms on his property.
Yeah.
Which makes a little more sense to how you could sneak a camera in there.
Yes.
Because it was his stuff.
So did they find that because the cop found the tape?
Yeah, I guess so. Or they just raided his house and found all kinds of stuff. They probably found tapes of women in bathrooms.
It cost him $1.2 million, as whether plus substantial legal fees to reach a settlement.
That's if $1.2 million is the settlement, that could have cost him a lot of money.
Yeah, and he probably got sued for $10 or $15 million.
Yeah,
and it cost him a chance to appear on the Johnny Carson show.
How does that? I mean, come on, Johnny.
Yeah, toilet stuff is fucking...
All he did was secretly tape women in the bathroom and piss on them and fart in their faces.
And Johnny probably loved them.
I'm sure he did.
Johnny probably loved Chuck. Everyone loved Chuck Berry.
But he's like, Chuck.
You know what it was? He was such a fucking rock and roll god. Like, he was the guy.
He was the guy.
Everyone goes to McCartney as being the guy. But he's the guy that McCartney would be happy to be sitting in the room with. Like, he's above even those guys. When you're that much of a god in a business, like, you can fucking get blown whenever you want. All the groupie, any Rolling Stones groupie, if Chuck Berry were backstage, they'd probably be like, you got to suck his dick. You got to suck Chuck's dick.
Yeah. So and they would look at their groupies like, you're crazy for not wanting to.
What are you doing?
Like,
he's 50. Suck his dick.
It's Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
Like, you get to suck Chuck Berry. Do it.
What's wrong with you? Yeah. 61 conviction for transportation. Oh, wow. 14-year-old girl across the state border for immoral purposes. And his 1990 decision to pay a settlement. Okay, yeah. 59 women accused him of secretly filming them. Wow.
Well, he was convicted in 1961 for the transportation of a 14-year-old girl across the state border for immoral purposes. That's a lot. 14.
And in 61, he was 35. Yeah. Because in 58, he was 32.
Yeah.
So that's bad. That's really bad. And there's no justifying. You can only say back in the 50s and the 60s, like Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin.
Wasn't Priscilla super young when Elvis married her?
She was young. I guess it wasn't as crazy then. I mean, or maybe we're just excusing it because we like these guys. But that is fucked up.
It's amazing what music will do, though.
Dude, it's amazing what music will do. You're right.
It's only music.
Milo, you think about Milo, because he said the stupid shit that he said.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything with anybody.
Right.
And yet if you're in a different kind of art, like Roman Polanski, the whole Hollywood loves, fucked a 13-year-old in the ass, Chuck Berry, 14,
Music is amazing, though, because even Roman Polanski, like, the industry still loves him, but he's still, I guess The Pianist was big. Remember that one, Adrian, The Pianist?
He won an Oscar.
He likes that one.
He sure does.
Yeah,
it's the only videotape he ever wanted to sit on.
I guess that might be true.
No.
But
Maybe I should have said DVD.
But music is like, Chris Brown.
Dude, yeah.
Is like the biggest star ever. Michael
Tommy
Jackson.
Lee, same thing. Tommy Lee beat up Pam.
Yeah, that's right.
Concerts. Motley Crue fans aren't not going to shows.
No. They love him. His drumming is good. And he's just the drummer. He's not even the front man.
Yeah, but he's a different. But he's a drummer he's like a Lars Ulrich drummer.
Yeah.
Where they're as popular as the frontman.
Yeah.
Those guys, there's certain drummers that are as big as the frontman, and Lars is one of them, and Tommy Lee is one of them. Those are guys that are just, Neil Peart or Peart.
Maybe it's because people look at the stuff they're doing and they definitely can't do it. Like, for people who speak for a living, whether it's a broadcaster, comedian, public speaker like
Dancer,
Milo.
turn speaker.
Oh, what?
Dancer, turn speaker.
Okay, I don't know any dancers turn speakers.
All right.
But anybody who just speaks for a living, I think people kind of think on some level they could do that because it doesn't. They're just talking. Sure. I can talk, so I can do that, which is why there's very little forgiveness for them because they seem more replaceable. Whereas musicians, nobody can completely duplicate the song, or nobody can do it again, or it just hits you differently.
And you associate music with great things in your life. Like you have a personal attachment to songs, to movies too, to a certain degree, or certain performers. Sure. Like you'll think of Chuck Berry, like Johnny B. Oh my God, my whole life. Like you don't want to see that thing go away.
And you know that I have no idea how that was created. Right? Like, I don't know how somebody has the talent to do that. The same way for movies. Like, you see this movie, and most people watch that going, like, I don't know how. I would love to make a movie one day. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Right.
Is our guest here, or is she close?
Just texted Roland.
Yeah, let's find out, because we have time to break.
Traffic.
Oh, she's stuck. How far is she?
Not that far.
Okay. Should we take a quick break then, so we have a fresh thing when she comes in?
If you want to, sure.
Yeah, because this way we don't have to break when she gets here.
Yeah, we have
when to go get your food.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I can eat in between.
Yes, you can.
We have Charlotte Flair from the WWE coming in, former women's champion.
Yes.
No longer the women's champion, Jim. She lost her title.
Oh no,
That's right. That's right.
She'll get it back.
Which, well, I don't know. She got a chance for it at WrestleMania.
I hope so. Oh, she is wrestling at WrestleMania.
Well, she's wrestling for the women's championship.
Oh,
Triple threat match.
cool. That'd be cool. Let me know how that goes.
What do you mean?
I won't be there.
Why?
'Cause I'm coming home.
Why are you coming home?
I gotta be home.
For what?
I gotta work out. I gotta do material. I
It's
gotta get
WrestleMania.
stuff. I'm doing gigs. I need a new hour
You're doing gigs in May.
in May and in August. But there's got to be fucking new material. I can't be futzing around.
It's WrestleMania.
Tackle the man.
What if you do this? What if you do like if you stay for WrestleMania and you just try out some of your material on the people that you're sitting with?
No.
Like the guy next to you.
Nobody will
you're
want
just
to hear my
like-
jokes, my jocularity. Plus the money will fly back. Someone's got to be here to hold down the fort.
I guess you're right.
You held down the fort when I went away to do my press.
Right.
And I'll hold down the fort when you're futzing around back on that wrestling plane.
Okay, well, number one, when you say futzing around, it makes it more insulting than what you were doing. And number two,
Okay.
you saying you hold down the fort, I'll hold down the fort. We're really drifting back into a romantic thing, which I don't want to do.
That's not romantic. Holding down the fort?
Well, it
no,
just sounds like
not at all.
you supported me, so I'll support you.
No,
Like,
that's a coworker thing. That's not a couple of fucking Peter pumpers. that's not a couple of pud tuggers.
It's just like I feel like we want the feeling of like just a couple of dudes hanging out. Like we're a dude show. You know what I mean?
Bunch of guys.
Right. And I don't think guys like when Adrian and his bro friends, like that's who I want. Adrian's bros to be like, yeah, bro, that's a good show.
Yeah, here, have some stew diarrhea.
I don't think that they're sitting around being like, you know what, bro? You supported me, so I'm going to support you.
What are you talking about?
They do that all the time?
And we hug.
Nothing wrong with hugging. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll take care of that. But, all right, so we have Charlotte coming in, and also my friend Joe Sikora. He plays Tommy on Power.
I was watching Joe Sikora interviews last night, and the hip-hop stations all love him because they love Power. But they all are like, Joe Sikora is in here. Tommy from Power. Tommy, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I saw an interview he did with Charlemagne and those guys, and it was they all introduced him as the cast.
Right. That's Tommy.
Yeah, he's Tommy from Power. He's great. He's fucking great.
Your castmate.
Yeah.
Was this booking a personal connection?
Well, I had asked him a while ago if he wanted to come on. He said, yeah, and then we were trying to do it through the publicist, but they just everything got crossed. So the last time I saw him, I shot probably 2 weeks ago with him, and I'm like, he's like, I still want to come in and do your show. He's like, let's me and you just work it out because the publicist fucked it up. So we just did it.
Great.
And he'll be in today, so I'm happy he's coming in. Not even to promote Power because they just wrapped shooting, so it's not going to be on for a while.
Just to rap with us.
Yeah, just to kind of chit chat, break bread.
Break bread.
Yeah,
We're not eating.
I know, but that sounds cool.
No, it doesn't.
All right, listen. Me and Sam, let's stop it. All right, this is a cool bro show. We're going to go to break. We're going to drink each other's milk. We'll be right back.
What are you talking about? Oh, this song is terrible.
You don't like it?
No, it's so bad.
Not bad. Good tune, buddy. You
No,
don't know good
it's,
tunes. That's your problem.
It's awful. No, I know good tunes. This is not. This
No,
is
you
not
don't.
one of them.
You don't know good
Really
songs.
bad. Welcome, Charlotte
Hi.
Flair.
Hi, Charlotte.
Guys, good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Trying to stay warm.
Sit down. I can't believe whenever I see you guys doing morning media, because you were in, where were you last night? Doing the show.
Hershey.
Hershey, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
right?
Did you just get creeped out because Sam wanted to know where you were last
No,
evening?
no.
Oh, okay. 'Cause she looked around like, why?
No,
What do
no,
you-
no. I was like looking at them. Annie. Oh, they're not in here.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, you were in Hershey, Pennsylvania
I was
last
in Hershey.
night.
Yeah.
And so you just have to kind of zip from the show to New York and then get up and
I'm so used to it, though.
make the rounds. It's just a
I
life.
need to wear this, right?
You don't have to. You can if you want
okay, 'cause
to.
I couldn't hear myself.
I like wearing mine.
like, yeah, no, I'm so used to it. Plus, I get my sleep.
You do?
I'm not, yeah.
Did you sleep in a car?
No, like, the night before I stayed in Allentown.
Uh-huh.
And I got like 11 hours of sleep and then drove to Hershey to work out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just figure out where these pockets are that you're going to be able to sleep and just catch up on
And
them.
just
then.
catch- yeah.
So like you're like, okay, if the Sunday, Monday, I'm not going to get any sleep, then I'm going to make sure Saturday to Sunday,
Exactly, for sure.
I get my 11 hours.
Yeah, because I won't tonight either because I always the early fights on Tuesday. So no.
So could you rest all the way after, like, say you don't sleep, because I'm a terrible sleeper. So the next day you get up and you've had like 2.5 hours because you had to travel and you got to match that night because you're doing press all day. You'll rest on 2.5 hours sleep?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure last year the three of us at Mania, me, Becky, and Sasha did not sleep that whole week before Mania just because we were so excited.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Wow.
Because you realize, that, like, a year before that, you guys are all just, like, hopefully will be on the WWE roster. And
Well,
then
we have seats.
Yeah, exactly. And then you show up and your face is plastered giant on the front of Dallas Stadium.
It just still doesn't feel real. We were having that triple threat in front of 20 people at Lakeland, thinking, "Hey, are they going to like this the year before?"
Yeah.
So yeah,
And then they put you in a stadium with 100,000 people.
For
So that's
sure.
what it is. It's just when does the adrenaline fade out? Because like it's not like you have WrestleMania and then there's a month off. Like you have WrestleMania and then Raw the next day. So you're still in front of audiences.
Yeah, you really just get used to it. I say it usually takes a year to adjust to the schedule on the main roster. About a year. After a year, that's when I started to be like, okay, because I used to wake up for those early flights or media and wake up and feel sick because I was just so tired. And then now it's just like, no, this is what I do.
This is life.
This is life. And my body's adjusted to, I guess, different time zones and just having a wacky schedule. But that did take a while.
You learn to live with just being tired.
Exactly.
This
But-
is how it is. This is as
Yeah.
good as it gets. I'm going to be tired, and that's
Or,
what life is.
you know, like sleeping in the town and getting that much sleep. I mean, obviously some people don't, but for me, like I want to look fresh. I always want to be on point on Monday. And this is my one shot. You know, guys have a longer lifespan with what we do. I'm like, oh, it could be gone. You know,
So
like
you still have
females-
that like
Yeah, like I still have that like itch to be like I'm not complacent yet. So
right. Like
the
I have to
sleep-
do this now.
Yeah, like
'cause
I
it's
want to
not
look fresh
guaranteed.
Monday for, you know, you guys. So it's a little bit of a sacrifice. I'm like, dang, I wish I was out doing karaoke, but it's fine.
Do you have brothers and sisters who are not in wrestling?
I do. So my older sister owns her own sleep labs where she tests sleep studies.
Wow, wait, does she test for like apnea and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I've gone through 3 of those. Have you ever been through one?
No.
They're awful.
I'm like, I'm not sleeping in your sleep study room. No, but she does that. And then my older brother obviously did wrestle, but him and his wife now own a company outside of Charlotte and Shelby called Seal Wire. So if there's a natural disaster and the pipes freeze, they send the copper.
I see.
Oh, it's good to have the police. Yeah.
Yes, and then he started his own recycling company
copper.
called Flair Recycle. He has this like cute old white truck, and yeah, that's what they do.
So why? What an interesting job to run a sleep lab. Like, what made her do that? I'm fast. All I want to do is ask sleep questions.
She was a respiratory therapist, or that's
Okay.
what her, I guess, degree was, or yeah.
She was like, "How do I help people with
And
this?"
then I don't know. I think it was about 8 years ago or 10 years ago when she got into this, and I think it was just popular. And instead of going to the hospital to get sleep tests, she thought, "Oh, I'll open like private." I'm trying to think of the right word. Versus going to like a big healthcare, like your regular doctor, she wanted to make it nicer. I don't know how to explain it.
Like just
Like a private
little
place
wellness
that you,
area.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go through health insurance. Yeah, it's like a nice little house, and she works with a lot of kids as well. Believe it or not, have sleep apnea.
Do people know it's like a Flair family
Yeah.
business? Because
In
I feel
Charlotte,
like
they do.
Yeah, any business that you put the Flair
And
name on.
She does not like that. Well, like she does not like being out in the public eye
Yeah.
and being like, especially when doctors are like, "So you're Ric Flair's daughter," and she's like, "What?
Yeah.
How'd you find that out?" But
people just pretending they have sleep issues. They're just sitting there on the
Yeah.
bed like,
Yeah.
So you remember 85?
Yeah.
When he, you're like, I just go to
yeah.
sleep.
But believe it or not, it's not her patients. It's more the doctors that she tries to hire to, read the sleep studies.
Really?
Yeah.
They see her last name on it and they want to know.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, are you Rick's daughter?" So, no,
Did she say no ever?
no.
that'd be-
We all look alike.
You do.
Yes, like we have different moms, but
All four of you? Or all three of you?
well, there's four of us. Well, there was four of us, but my older brother and sister, were by the same woman, and then Reed and I were by my.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So two different moms, but you all look like the
we
nature
all
boy.
look like
Yeah.
my dad.
You all know exactly.
That's some powerful DNA.
Good stock.
When you found a Flair. So at what point then, when you're trying to figure out this schedule, at what point do you start wrapping your head around the fact that you're doing WrestleMania again? Like, because
I
obviously,
don't. I just go.
right. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
another moment where you're like, you show up to Orlando and you're like, oh my god, I have another giant match in a stadium this weekend.
Yes, but like for me, this one's kind of emotional because I'm thinking 9 years ago, I was sitting front row thinking, how does he do this? And this is how much he means to this industry and all the, the thank you Rick signs. And, it was the last time the four of us, me, my two brothers and sister, watched my dad all together. And I'm like, I'm going to be on that same stage. And I think that was just 9 years ago. You just really never know where life's going to take you.
Ric Flair, he retired. He was retired at WrestleMania 9 years ago in the stadium that they're going to
Yeah.
Right.
this year.
And then
wow.
even crazier. So Sasha was backstage as well with Snoop, and she met my little brother when he went on his tour bus, and she was, not on the same row as I was, but front row, I guess, across the way. And to know we were both backstage, and this was her dream, and I was just I was still in college, definitely not thinking of wrestling, and we both ended up in the same place. It's really weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like someone made a video at home and tagged us both in it, and we both posted it just because it was really that surreal.
But because you guys did not know each other at all then.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Like not until she stepped footed into FCW. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just different paths and then ending up in the same place. It's crazy. And it's all in Orlando.
So last year at WrestleMania, if I remember correctly, you wore a robe that was inspired by the robe that Rick wore for the
In
retirement
Orlando,
match.
yep.
Does any part of you wish that you're like, oh my god, I should have saved that for Orlando?
Kind of.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, that would have been perfect. And then like the same entrance, but
Yeah.
but this year the robe that I have planned is pretty cool, and I think it kind of
What'd the robe look
showcases
like?
his entire career. So, and that's his entire career came to an end
there
in Orlando.
Right, so it's like this
it'll
whole
be,
retrospective.
Yes.
So like Ric Flair was known for his like, giant like robes with feathers and sequins and rhinestones, and they were like the most intricate things. He would often brag about them. Yeah. Did you? Because he bragged about them costing like $10,000 or whatever.
I'd be working for a very long time. They're not 10, but they're pretty.
When you started wearing robes, were you like, "Oh my God, Dad, these were like, why were you wearing?"
Yes,
robes?
I'm like, hold on, I have to have one for every paper. Dang, all my money's going to these robes. But no, I really put a lot of money into them. But I know I'll get my investment back one day.
You have to have a different robe for each one?
You don't have to, but for me, I feel like once I did that robe, and then I started to kind of come into myself in this Charlotte character, the robes just kind of, I think, were a part of it. Because if you look at Bailey and Sasha and Becky, they all have these trinkets and special things. Like the boss wouldn't be the boss without her jewels.
Right.
And I'm like, I never thought I'd end up, a robe is kind of silly. Like you think of a sparkly robe, it's silly. But now it's my thing. So right now, as I'm in the title picture, I'll make sure I have a robe for every big event.
Are you nervous about your title fight?
Always nervous. When you're not nervous, then you're not,
Are you guys the main event?
Well, I will consider us the main event.
Yeah, it's one of the big matches.
It's one of
Okay.
Just because we have a story that's been building. For sure.
I don't know a lot about it. It's fun to watch though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's 2 women's matches this year, which is even. Well, I know there was 2 last year. There was one on the pre-show and then the actual show. But this year, I'm pretty sure Raw and SmackDown both having matches on the card.
On the show.
On the show.
And what about rumors, people that said that Ronda Rousey was going to get into wrestling? Has there been any talks of that? Because people keep talking about it.
I'd say get in line, sister.
Would you like
this is what we did.
Would you like to wrestle Ronda Rousey? Like, does that make you nervous? That like Ronda like comes from this place of her business is hurting people, whereas in the world of WWE, people get hurt, but your goal is not to hurt people. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it 2 ways. I think it would be an awesome opportunity, but right now, like the women's championship is my focus. So, women's wrestling. Ronda, is made, great leaps and strides or whatever you want. I mean, basically put women's UFC on the map. So when I'm out of the title picture, I'd say like, yeah, it'd be a fun, I don't know, gimmick match or like, so see what we can do. But
right now you'd rather be in contention.
I'd rather be fighting for the women's championship.
Yeah.
Do you? No, I don't know much about. What do they call it? Someone who can lead the ring general? Is that the one who's like
ring
kind of in
general
charge?
Yeah.
So are you more the type who's when you're like more the leader when you're wrestling, or will you take somebody else's lead, or both?
It really depends on who I'm working. For the longest time, I just listened because the girls had so much more experience than me. But like Sasha, we don't talk. We just know each other's bodies. Like, I know what she does. She knows what I do. And if I move a certain way, she knows what I'm going for.
See, that's crazy. And I think that's the part that people don't necessarily understand about WWE and about wrestling and things like that, that stuff happens where it's not this sort of like perfectly choreographed move for move thing, or even this thing where like, oh, they're whispering the secrets in each other's ears and stuff. Sometimes it legit is just this
and
improv.
Sometimes like if one of us are nervous, like she'll be like, hey, loosen up, or we'll say, hey, go home, cut this, but other than that, it
What's
just really
go home
depends.
mean? Cut this, go home.
Okay, so there's so much that goes into the match. Like especially on Raw, we have live segments break. And if it's 2 segments and an entrance, you're count down till we go to break. And then you have a break spot. And then you go into break. Then you're counted coming out of break into TV again. And you want to be in action because when the viewers are watching, and then you're counted down to the finish, and you can't go over these times. Yeah, it's a lot.
Can you imagine having to process all that as you're also trying to do this athletic thing?
So do you want like the good guy or bad guy on top going into break, depending on the story, and then if the good guy didn't get enough of their high, I don't even want. It's a lot.
Okay.
So we'll be like, hey, go home. We're being cut. But Natty, for instance, in our NXT match, I mean, you're doing well. Like
She's just giving you words of encouragement?
Yes,
That's
the whole
amazing.
time. Like, she was just like, listen to me. And I'm like, I'm so scared. I think I'm going to be sick. Like, before I walked out there, she was like, I promise you, I will take care of you. Just bring the emotion. And that's so
at what point did you really start to develop the confidence you need? Because you didn't have any wrestling background when you started training with WWE, correct?
Correct.
And so, like, now you're looked at as one of, if not the best there and possibly ever. So at what point do you develop the confidence that you don't need somebody to talk you through something like that? Or you don't, that you can lead it and you know how to do this?
I think when you think you're too good, there's a problem. Like, I learn every day. Like, obviously, I haven't been doing this very long, so of course there's more, room to grow and to learn. But I don't ever want that moment because, just working with Bailey recently, obviously it was a different field than when we were working at NXT. And I have more experience being on the main roster, which is a completely different beast than NXT. But like, I want to listen to Bailey when, if she's saying, hey, slow down or let me sell or, that's what she does. That's what she's good at.
Let me sell. What's that mean? Do you know what that means, Sam?
Yeah, like let me react to what you're doing.
Oh, sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, let me gain sympathy from the audience.
Yeah.
So you'll do that while you're wrestling? You'll talk to each other like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I don't think I'll ever want to stop listening because then you learn something new too.
But like, when did you? Because now you have to realize that if they brought somebody new in,
Okay, like for
they
instance,
would look at you
if
as a
I
leader.
have a match with Dana Brooke tonight,
Sure.
and I put her in place,
Sure.
I will say, keep your mouth shut and listen to me.
Right.
Is that easy put?
Where are you wrestling tonight?
The Barclays.
Barclays.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know they have Monday night. Okay.
Yeah.
Raw's
Or
in
like when
Brooklyn
Becky
tonight.
and I wrestle, we like joke the whole time.
Do you?
Like sometimes in her comeback, I'll make funny noises. She'll be like, "Why are you doing
Like
that?"
what noise?
I can't do it.
Come on.
No.
So the audience,
No.
is it like a...
Like she does this like back.
Can you imagine putting someone in like a knee brace or something?
Yeah, I do make. Yeah, I'm like, come on, Sting, or like just say stupid stuff to her. Like it's great. Those are only live events because if they pick that up on one of the cameras on TV, I can't imagine.
Would you get in a lot of trouble?
Why were you calling her Sting? I don't know.
Are you going tonight or no?
I always get FOMO at the last minute. I wasn't planning on
You're
it.
a
but
what?
FOMO,
Oh, I
said.
misunderstood.
Fear of missing out.
FOMO.
But I wasn't planning on it, but I might at the last minute. Just thought I have to be there.
FOMO. I didn't know what that meant.
But you have
Felching
to.
out. All right.
You have to. You should go if anybody hasn't gotten tickets yet. You should go check them out at the Barclays tonight.
I hope it's a great night. I hope you don't go and it's an amazing night.
That's what you want.
Yeah,
You want
I
me
hope
to be
there's like
you know
all kinds
what?
of crazy stuff happens. Like you should have been there.
2 weeks till Mania. It better be good. If it's not, we're gonna have a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, you know the ones leading up to WrestleMania are good, right? Because they're trying to promote that.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar comes out, Undertaker
Yeah.
comes out, all this stuff happens.
Yes.
Is
It's
the
amazing.
Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Yeah, he's going to be wrestling Roman Reigns.
Oh, maybe we'll talk to him when we're down there.
That's right. We'll be in Orlando doing Radio Row, which you've done
Yes,
before.
I heard. I wasn't sure if you were always allowed to say anything. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. But it'll be fun.
I think you and Katie were my first ever stop for Media Row when I was in NXT with
Oh, really?
Sasha and I did.
Yeah, I remember. That's when
Or
we talked
Meteor.
about the natty match and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
God,
That was that's only
come
2
a long
years
way.
ago.
I
That was
know.
only 2 years ago.
For sure.
It's amazing. Like Charlotte's story is pretty crazy because 2 years ago, so the WWE has their developmental center where they train people and they build the next generation or whatever. And Charlotte comes in and she's just this really athletic girl, but she's never wrestled before. And they kind of train her, see what, okay, she's got the name, she's got this athletic ability. Let's see what we can do with her. And you know, she's there for a few years, but all of a sudden she pops up on their developmental TV show and has this match that everybody's talking about. And then a year and a half later, she's headlining, or one of the headlines of WrestleMania last year, and then it's only a year removed from that. So it's really only been.
I will have been in the system 5 years in July.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because there are people that have been for 5 years in the place where you started that are still in the place where you started.
Well, first and foremost, it's a testament to the girls I work with because it's a unique time, or it was a unique time when I came in because everyone was from the independents. So they had so much more experience. They knew what they were doing.
Right.
And I was just playing catch up and they were just pulling me up with them.
But you learn from everybody then.
Yeah, and I took a piece, of each girl, and then it's a testament to NXT. Dusty was, helping me with promos, and
Dusty
Sarah
Rhodes?
was, the American theme.
Yeah, I like the wrestle so much.
Jim does maybe the
That was
worst.
pretty good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
The
that.
worst Dusty Rhodes
No, it's a
impression
great Dusty Rhodes.
that I've ever heard.
Yeah, Sam, we don't even know what wraith you are. It's a very good Dusty
That's
Rhodes.
terrible.
Thank you very much.
It's a terrible
It's a great one.
That's, yeah.
And he wouldn't say that about me.
Yeah,
anyway.
Trav Dog.
God
Baka,
rest his
baka,
soul.
And then Sarah Del Rey. She came in a week. No, excuse me. She came in when Sasha came in. So about a month and a half, July, October, 2.5 months later. And then the rest is history.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, really crazy. So is there anything like, did you get, you had this pay-per-view winning streak that ended at the last pay-per-view, which I was kind of like, well, obviously you build the pay-per-view winning streak to go to WrestleMania, right?
I don't know.
Was that like disappointing for you that you're like, what? The pay-per-view before WrestleMania, my winning streak ends?
Two ways to look at it. Well, when I started, people started being like, you have a pay-per-view streak going on. I'm like, what?
How
I
long was it?
I was 16-0, which was weird because I came 16. It was 16-0, and then Cena won the 16 time.
So you think that number 16 was?
No, I don't think they put anything. There's no thought put into that.
Wait, is this your first title shot, or have you had them before?
She's like a 3-time champion.
I don't know. I don't know much about wrestling. I represent most of the audience, or some of the audience. They don't know.
That's right.
I'm explaining my own ignorance. Sorry.
No, but I kept racking up numbers. I'm like, well, you have a pay-per-view streak. So because I didn't really think about it, it was more of a statistic than a story.
Right.
When it happened, I just hope the equity of that went to Bailey. I hope that's grasped.
I see.
More of like, damn, that hugging, lovable girl just ended that. If viewers think of it, I was like, oh, well, what? I really didn't think of it.
So it wasn't something like
I was more like, God, I was so stressed. I had to be that on every month,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I can't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to date a wrestler. I would like that. I think I'll be.
You do?
Good. Yeah. And a single one. I think it'd be nice.
Do some of do the women in the WWE do they like comedians? Like Jim? I mean, Jim goes to the gym, but he's not exactly in like.
I don't know.
Wrestler
No, but they would
shape.
like that I'm not in perfect. They're bored wrestler bodies.
Wrestler bodies.
Yeah.
They're bored with wrestler bodies.
That's sorry, Sam. That was just my Dusty come down. Adrian sent a nudie picture.
We're tired of the cocoa butter.
Do you think Jim would have a shot? Like, could you see Jim like walking around backstage at a show and being like, "Oh, that's so and so's boyfriend"? Would people be like,
Sure,
"What?
why not?
Yeah.
Why?"
I think most of the girls are taken.
All right. Well, if there's any other-
I'll keep a lookout for the NXT girls coming up.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I don't think it'd be weird. Well, actually,
Jim would be one of those.
everyone's kind of with someone in the business.
I'm just saying if somebody singles up, that's all I'm saying. They want somebody to come back. Hey, ladies, what's up?
That's so cool. The way just the way you talk
Yeah.
is cool. So
Yeah. I don't know much about it.
Don't do the Dusty voice, though.
Why not? They would love to go crazy. This guy's got a talent.
it just gets worse as you go. Plus, you're not saying anything that he would have said.
Sure I am.
So it doesn't make any you have no
Hey,
idea.
buddy, go out there and have a great wrestling match.
That's not.
It's a good.
Doesn't sound like him, does it?
No.
At all.
Thank you very much.
It's terrible.
Adrian thinks it's good.
It's just really, really bad.
Yeah.
Is there anything do you when you go to these shows? Were you a wrestling fan growing up? Or not really?
I was a dad fan.
So you watched your dad's matches?
Yeah, I just wasn't. I played sports my whole life. Like I didn't. I never wanted to do anything other than. Well, I was a gymnast, and then I got into basketball, volleyball, and track, and then I decided I wanted to play volleyball in college, and that was just my main goal from 7th grade on. Is I wanted to play volleyball. So I didn't think about becoming a wrestler, especially not watching my dad in WCW and looking at the Nitro girls. I never thought of it as competitive or athletic. I was like, oh, look at these really pretty girls.
Right.
And
because there's a different thing going on.
I had to learn how to do my makeup. Like I have significantly gotten better. Like if you look at my old NXT pictures, you'd be like, oh, she's so shiny. But no, I never looked at it as being competitive, or I was like, oh, I can do that. Yeah, I can flip off the top of there. Yeah, that's cool. So
the fact that it just didn't seem difficult to you made it like not attractive.
Which now I feel like, what's the word? Stupid that I didn't look at it for what it was. And even with my dad, I didn't really grasp what he did his entire life until I started doing this, and I just was like, wow. And I think that's why, we've bonded. I mean, I've always been close to my dad, but on a whole different level, because now he has someone in the family understand why he is the way he is, why he never wanted to retire.
Right.
Like I've only done this for almost 5 years. He 40 something. So now it's like, I went to a bunch of shows with him, but I never really was like, oh, they're my favorite or that. Like I like Sting because he was cute, Macho Man, in all of his, outfits, and he came to school with me one day in show and tell. But no,
Macho Man for show and tell.
No, well, he just came to visit when they were through.
Oh, I thought you meant like it's show and tell.
People go crazy?
Macho Man.
Like I just was around it, and I never thought of it. And then the other thing, as I got older, watching my brothers struggle, I couldn't stand that. Like it seriously, like I'll get emotional thinking about it. Like watching what my older brother went through in WCW, when they're like, oh, hey, this is Flair's kid, and let's make some money with this. And he had no experience, and he was thrown to the wolves. And if anyone's ever met my big brother, he's like the most gentle human being I've ever met. And to go through that, and then they shut down, and he, went to Puerto Rico and Europe, and it just ended up being for him. And then watching my little brother, not handle the pressure and like live, breathe, watch wrestling nonstop. That's all he did. He wanted to be my dad. Mm-hmm. Like I could just remember him sitting on the computer and watching promo after promo after promo. I'm like, what are you doing? But you know what? He had a dream. Yeah. And that's what I failed to realize. I was like, he, went out there on Independence and wanted to be Reed Flair. So no, now I'm living his dream, but I didn't get into it till I was like, oh, I'm here. I got to do something with this now. I'm in Tampa. Right. Oh my God, this is happening.
But it's infected you, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you glad, not that you don't like spending time with your dad, but are you glad that he's not coming to the ring with you every night anymore?
Yes.
You are, right?
Like, is he going to remember a spot?
I remember going to shows, and like Rick Flair would come to the ring with Charlotte, and like Charlotte was trying to do her thing and like get the attention from the crowd, and Rick would just be wooing around the ring and literally just taking all the attention.
I'm like, you're wooing at the wrong time. Yeah. Why are you wooing? Settle down.
I've been told that many times.
Actually, there was a match that I had with Paige in Atlanta, and there was a spot where I ate the
oh no.
I ate the ring post, and my dad came around to check on me, and he was supposed to be ripping off the buckle, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be taking that's about to be our finish. Like what? He's like, oh, honey, you really look like you hit your head hard. I was like, so that's like the stuff, because I'm like, it doesn't matter what you do, you're a legend,
right?
I'm like here with like one of the biggest stars we have, and I'm trying to like make a name? Dad, go.
Yeah, you're responsible for any of his mistakes or
Yes,
whatever.
and mine.
Yeah, because he's not going to get blamed for anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're also going to be judged a lot harsher because of him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if George Carlin's daughter started doing stand up. Like, you know, it's like people are like, well, the name is not the, you know, there's no way to. It's very hard.
But that also helps with my character. Like, I don't take it personal anymore. I used to take it personal, but now what my character's turned into, I need the fans to be like, oh, she's only here because of her dad. Like, that helps the pay-per-view streak.
Right. Because now she's a bad guy, it's like...
It really does help, especially to the casual viewer. They're like, oh, she's blonde, she's legacy, whatever. They're like, ew. So it helps.
When did you start getting comfortable with promos? Because you talking in the ring, you're more visually, when I'm watching at home, you are more in character and visibly more comfortable doing that character than a lot of the other people on the roster.
It's hit or miss. I just wanted to get better. And that I just kept thinking, how do I get better? And I still work, like sometimes they don't like when I'm too over the top or be more Ashley than Charlotte. And I still am trying to find that happy medium. And like, I'm an intense person. So I do like to yell, but you do have to tell a story in the promo. I don't know. It's just, I constantly work on it and I think about it and when I walk through that curtain, I want to be that character. There's no confusion. And I think that helps with promos too, because if you don't know who you are out there, that can, throw you off. Like if the fans are chanting, I want that time to let the fans know that I'm listening to them. And because I'm so into my character, I know where I'm going anyways. Does that?
I think I'd be really good at
like
promos.
as a baby face. I would like, what am I doing?
Because you didn't know what. Yeah,
that'd be the fun. Let's bring Joe in and all hang out together.
You want to? Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Let's do that because you're hanging out and bringing Joe
right over there. Yeah, you think you'd be good at promos?
Oh, I know I would. What mic is that?
5.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be fun, man. Just
what makes you think you'd be good at promos?
I just think I have good mic technique, and I'd be really good at just delivering promos and getting people juiced about my match.
Like, could you do something and maybe because, like I said, Charlotte's very good at it, and she's been around.
Do people when they're doing promos say things like, "And I'm going to out wrestle you, and I'm going to pin you, and I'm going to best you in that match"?
I pin you is good.
I pin you is good.
Yeah.
You know who Jim's favorite promo of all time is? Bob Backlund in the 80s.
Because he spoke like a gentleman.
He likes the whispering, like, "Well, Vince, I think I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna." That's.
You should still see him at the gym, by the way.
I would like to because he looks insane. We got Joe Sikora joining us, who's a friend of mine. He's Tommy from Power. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
So sit down, Joe.
Do you know Charlotte at all from wrestling? Do you watch wrestling?
No.
Do you watch Power?
Okay.
Not any. No, they're that even. Well done.
You got his mic on over there, mic 5.
Oh, I don't know.
I used to watch wrestling though back in the day.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Did you watch Ric Flair?
Yeah. Woo!
That's Charlotte's dad.
Hell yeah.
There it
That's
is.
the man right there.
When we were talking about promos, did you ever ask your dad, like, Dad, why did you take off all your clothes and start elbow dropping your pants? Like,
I still ask him that.
You don't understand?
Why do you know?
Because Ric Flair used to he'd get all worked up in the ring, and he'd literally strip down to his boxers and start like knee dropping like his blazer and his pants.
I don't know. He's just that energized.
He never gave you a proper answer.
No, he's just like, I don't know. I think it's more like my suit or my jacket cost or what. I don't know.
He was just feeling it.
Yeah, like I always think of the one where he was in the Florida Gator boxers because we're Gator fans. I'm like, and those boxers, Dad?
But did he wear those boxers intentionally, knowing he was going to do his naked promo, or
Wasn't that show in Charlotte though?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
It
would he
wasn't
wear-
like we were in Gainesville or.
No.
Well, all of our fathers are embarrassing. Like, if your dad is embarrassing, you don't want him to be doing it in front of the entire country. Like, if your dad does something that's like embarrassing, it's like, ugh, now everybody is seeing that. Like, if my father does something embarrassing with his underpants or his pants, it's only me and my mother.
Right, just walking around the house, not going on like the biggest show on television and stripping down.
What, Adrian?
Give me a minute.
Oh.
You should put your other headphone on so they could tell you.
No, because Adrian just did this.
Oh.
Like this.
Oh, the finger like this.
Oh.
Sorry. He's a Nazi, so sometimes he does weird things.
It's not.
It's me.
Well, listen, Charlotte, you're going to be in Brooklyn tonight
Yes.
for Monday Night Raw
Yes.
at the Barclays Center. Then What is it now? Is
2
it a
weeks.
week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from yesterday,
We've got
right?
Philly next week.
Philly next week,
Yes.
and then WrestleMania in Orlando.
And then WrestleMania.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. So you've got, I don't know what's happening at the Barclays tonight, but it's going to be Raw, so it's going to be good.
2 more weeks till I can have pizza. I'm just kidding.
Do you go on Crazy
That's what all the
WrestleMania?
girls are thinking in the back.
Yeah. Well, I saw you Instagramming your abs.
They're coming in.
Yeah, well, that's got to be crazy. The Derek Walker.
He just hit his head on the fucking television. So
Do you have to go on a Crazy WrestleMania diet?
I try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not that good at it? Or is it working?
I don't know.
Check out her Instagram.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Let
good on
me know
Instagram.
on Sunday or at Mania.
So everybody get tickets to tonight, the Barclays in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Then next week, Raw in Philly.
Raw in Philly.
Which, by the way, a Brooklyn crowd and a Philly crowd are two of the best wrestling crowds.
Exactly.
For that to lead into WrestleMania. And then a week from Sunday, so 2 weeks from yesterday, is WrestleMania in Orlando at the WWE Network, where it'll be Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bayley in a triple threat match for the Women's Championship.
And we will steal the show.
I bet you will.
We'll see you down there because I'm going to be there with Sam broadcasting, so we will see you there.
Your first Mania?
No, I went to one in September. It was outdoors.
It wasn't
a while ago.
September.
It's
When
like
was
we
it?
have Mania.
I went to one in September.
No, not this past September, but years ago I went to one.
It's
SummerSlam?
an annual event.
Oh.
You went to WrestleMania 29 in April.
Oh, April. Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's chilly out.
And it was at MetLife.
I don't
Okay.
remember. It was at.
Wait so Jim, it was his first
was very
WrestleMania, and he thought he was going to beat the crowd. It was WrestleMania 29 at MetLife.
Yeah.
So he leaves halfway through the show.
Not halfway through the show. I watched a little bit of Brock's match.
That's halfway through the show. You miss John Cena versus The Rock.
Oh, yeah, apparently that was a good match.
So he was wondering, like, is there going to be like a big crowd trying to get out early and blah, blah, blah. He walked through. Tell Charlotte how many people were in the MetLife Stadium parking lot as you walked out.
2, me and the guy I went with. Everybody stayed. I'm like, I guess they want to see the next match. But I had to get up and do some radio in the morning. I was very tuckered out.
Jim was
And
the
it was cold.
only
Cena and
one
Rock
that left. Yeah, that's the match.
No, but it's good. I can go back and watch it now. I didn't ruin it. I still don't know who won that match. I have no idea what happened.
So that's what it was. You like watching on TV and no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
All right, you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, how long is our break going to be?
4 minutes, 3
All
minutes.
right, we'll take a quick one, and we're back with Joe Sikora. We're going to be hanging out till the end of the show.
Yes.
And thank you for coming in. It was nice meeting
Thanks
you and
for
talking
having
to
me.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Charlotte.
having
You're
me
gonna
on.
kill it, Charlotte.
Oh,
Nothing but faith in you.
Thank you.
There it is.
Jim, Sam, and Adrian, and me. Okay, good. Do I have Joe on? Yeah. Joe, you're on, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm not on.
Oh, you're not on. No. Sorry, hold on. Sam, yeah, you should be. Oh, number 3. Okay. I fuck up sometimes. I make mistakes. I hit the wrong buttons. Yeah.
It's live.
I know. I make mistakes, so I'm not really good at the buttons yet. Oh, Chuck Zito's here. What's he doing here? Ask
song
Chuck what is he
sucks.
doing.
Can't believe we're coming back with this song again.
Yeah, we're on, Chuck. How are you?
Chuck Zito.
Oh my God, what a nice surprise.
What?
Joe Sikora, this is Chuck Zito.
Pleasure.
And my partner Sam. What are you doing? I just saw you walking by.
I came to see Jim, but of course Howard's off, so he's off.
Oh, Jim who?
McClure?
I don't know Jim McClure.
He's one of the producers over there.
Yeah. See, you're up to date.
Of course. I didn't know he gets the Howard vacation schedule. Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
think
nice.
they all do, man. You know?
Oh,
Not
okay.
bad.
So
You
you're
do
not
the show too.
What's that?
You still do a Matt show.
Yeah. We did Unfiltered. Chuck was a guest with us one day. It was nice to. You're really a big UFC fan.
Look at you, man. You're all over the place.
It's called being desperate. I'm a desperate person. I'm desperately trying to get something in show business going because it's all flopping miserably. All right, thanks.
I'm trying myself, man.
Chuck just looked like, all right, I don't know what to do with that.
You know, Chuck's, I think it was one of his first radio gigs was at a local station in my town.
In New Rochelle.
In New Rochelle.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're from New Rochelle?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Still here?
I live in Scarsdale now.
Oh, you moved up.
Yeah,
From the radio. See where it gets you from New Rochelle to Scarsdale.
Yeah.
Now, you started boxing, right? We started as a boxing and mixed martial artist.
I started boxing first. My father was a professional boxer.
Oh, that's right.
In the
Yeah.
30s and 40s, so of course he taught me how to box
And
at
you
a young
fought.
age.
You fought as well, right, Joe?
Yeah, fought amateur for a long time. Yep.
What weight were you?
Around here?
No, in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago.
But I fought in Iowa and Wisconsin. I fought out that kind of whole tri-state area. I fought at the lightest I ever fought was I was telling somebody the other day because we were just at the Triple G fight. I
was there.
It was great. It was a
Good
great fight.
Let me tell you, I think it was a little
two
closer,
rematches.
man.
I think it was a little closer,
It
too.
should have been a majority decision, if anything.
I agree.
Given, Daniel Jacobs
Chocolate
took
Tito.
every punch he took, and that was a flat. It wasn't even a knockdown. It was off balance.
I think that if Jacobs actually settled down into the fight earlier in the fight, he would have had a better shot as well. He went into the to Triple G. He wasn't turning over his hooks
Exactly.
and also
they had a lot of respect for each other. I'll tell you that.
also flipping up to southpaw when people are talking about a rematch. That's something Triple G is gonna peg. And if he gets he's gonna get knocked around by Triple G if he does that. Keeps the southpaw stuff open.
I don't like that. I don't like when they switch.
Here's what my theory is. So I actually went home and watched that fight. $65. They need to take it down a notch with boxing. $65.
All right,
Here's why
Grandma.
I think. Well, that's a lot. I mean, UFC is not that much, and there's a lot better cards.
They're so expensive.
$65. Do you think he was fighting southpaw? I thought it was just to kind of to neutralize Triple G's jab a little bit and try to get him to keep going for the big right. That's what my theory was.
Yeah.
Well, when he went for the big right, when Triple G actually went for the big right, he got it a couple of times. But if he would have it's just that guy's got a rifle for a right hand.
Yeah.
And I just think that if he re-watches the fight, it worked. Jacobs made it work. I mean, it threw Triple G off enough. I was rooting for Jacobs, man. I mean, I was going all home team, of course, man. Brooklyn.
Nobody had him going past 3 rounds.
I should have put more. Yeah, absolutely.
And he surprised me, too, because I said he was going to go at least 6. But I'll tell you what, he took every shot that Triple G hit him with.
100%. And was rising the crowd and saying, let's go, let's keep it going.
And
I would like to see rematches with Chocolatito as well. And I think both
Didn't he get
last
fucked?
2 matches.
Didn't Chocolatito get fucked? I thought he won that fight.
I thought he won the fight, too.
It was.
I had it exactly reversed.
Chocolatito?
I thought Chocolatito did. Yeah, I thought he did. Why, you were ringside
Are you
then.
crazy?
No, I'm not crazy.
I thought he.
Nah, without a doubt, because there was people behind us. Jerry Seinfeld was sitting behind me, and the guy with him saying, "No, Chocolatito's got a chocolate." I said, "He needs in the 12th round. He needs a knockout to win the fight." Mario Lopez was right next to me, and we were scoring the same way.
Oh, you thought that the guy who won and took his belt should have won?
Without doubt.
Oh,
Without
okay.
doubt. He punched him 3 times more. I mean, he out hit him.
Well, he definitely could take everything that Chocolatito had. He took.
Chocolatito, it's called? Chocolatito, I call him. I don't know.
I think it's
chocolate. Something like that.
Chocolate Tito.
Chocolatito. Nicaragua.
Chuck, do you want to sit? You're just standing. You want to
Some
sit?
devastating punches. And that kid took everyone.
Everyone.
And if you looked at it, I was sitting first row.
Yeah.
He was smiling.
Oh no, we saw it. I mean, I saw it on the Jumbotron when he was just like
he was smiling.
Nah, time and again. He also one of the things when Chocolatito was like, "Listen, that was an unintentional headbutt. You got to stop complaining about it."
Exactly. I don't know why they took a point because look, he's got just much of a chance of getting cut than he does.
Absolutely.
So he's not going to do it. He could cut.
And
himself.
you saw his face when Chocolatito started complaining again. The guy's like, "What am I supposed to do? I'm fighting," and he wasn't leading with his head.
Did you see the fight?
What's that?
Did you see the fight?
I saw most of that when I came home. I thought, what's his name?
Chocolate Tito.
Chocolate Tito. I thought he won.
Gonzalez. You can just say Gonzalez.
Yeah, I thought he got screwed. What was it? 46 fight winning streak ended.
Yeah, 46 fights
undefeated. I mean, that kind of sucks. I don't think he deserved to lose, but that was just me.
You know what?
Watching on my couch.
But that was the thing, and I agree with Chuck on that. That he needed a bigger finish. He needed a bigger finish of that fight if he wanted to take the fight. It was close enough where I think they could have given it to him if those last couple of rounds where he lit up. But your man didn't stop.
He kept going right towards him, was smiling, and he hit him with some devastating punches, and he just took it.
Yeah, and
anybody else, he probably would have knocked him out because he's got a knockout record.
When you guys watch
You're right, but your man couldn't. He just took every one of those punches, which it's got to be defeating when the guy looks like in the 12th round, like he did in the second.
It was awesome.
When you watch boxing, does it make you wish you were still fighting?
No, I mean my last amateur fight was a sanctioned 5-rounder against a guy who eventually went pro, but I won that fight on points. This kid was 18 years old with 6 fights. There was my 32nd fight on my card. I had like 105 fights, Inner Park and all that stuff.
Good for you, man.
How many fights did you have?
105, just but off the record, but 32, in your book.
Yeah.
But
I had 36.
I had the worst record of anybody's. Everybody's like, you had that many losses and you kept fighting. Like I was 19-13. People are like, I had 4 losses in a row. People usually
19-13.
I know it's a terrible record for amateurs.
Holy shit! You should start driving a cab, man. 19-13. 13.
That's not very good.
No, it's awful for amateurs.
Stevie Wonder could see that shit.
But I showed up, and then I have a nose like this to thank everybody.
Yeah, I kind of respect the fact if you were. It was kind of almost like a little better than 500. If you still kept fighting, you must have enjoyed fighting.
I did actually enjoy being in the. I liked the camaraderie. I liked everybody at my gym. My coach was an incredible guy, Tom O'Shea, who was an Olympic coach. The Fighting O'Shea brothers. Everybody knows these guys. They were good people, and boxing really taught me a lot, and actually kept me away from being a hothead because you didn't want to hurt your hands because you wanted to fight on Saturday. You wanted to fight on your fight.
I was an amateur wrestler in the 8th grade.
Yes, but he got thrown off the team for coming in his.
Yeah, that shit is hot.
My record officially, I believe, was either 0-13 or 0-16.
Did you really wrestle?
Oh, yeah, I wrestled the whole season, but lost every match. Every single match.
Then after like the 5th one, you just says.
Well, I went the whole season to the point where, like, at the end, I'll never forget, like, the last wrestling match. Like, you get down and you look at the guy, and I looked at the guy in the eyes. I was like, man, this is going to be a quick one. I could see the intensity in his eyes, and I'm thinking, this isn't going to be long.
So you had like 13 losses.
Yeah, 13 losses in a row.
Wow. Did you know anything about wrestling?
Yeah. We both had 13 losses, Sam. I don't know what that's about.
Hey,
I think if they got lucky 13
the
times.
lucky number, man.
If you're still doing it after you're losing, though, that means you really enjoy doing it. Like, because that's, If
It's also something. I was at the Park Districts. Like, Chicago's just divided, not so dissimilar to New York, where it's like it's divided in
I
Park
spent a lot of
District.
time in Chicago, man.
Yeah, you show up at your park and you go with the team. You know what I mean? The team. You jump on the bus, you go and then you fight.
Exactly.
That's just what you do.
Did it keep you? Because Chuck, you fought, but then you wound up going into some. You had a very colorful life, and then got into acting.
Well,
did it almost take you?
'cause-
Did it almost take you into another area, or did it keep you from doing anything that you might have done?
Well, my main thing was I was a graffiti writer my whole life. I mean, that was my
Okay.
whole thing. So it kept me. I started boxing really late. I was 17 when I started, so I was just tired of getting my ass kicked.
Oh, you
Well,
got beat up a lot.
I started
Yeah.
at 12. My
Yeah.
father was a
That's the
professional
right
boxer.
time to start
But I
at
started at 12,
11,
and I had fights around the amateur circuit when I was 12. Then when I was old enough to go into Golden Gloves, I went into Golden Gloves. And but I went in 1973 was my first fight. And back in the day, you didn't have to have there's no headgear, no nothing.
Yeah, I
During
always
training,
loved
there was no headgear.
No, in the fights.
Oh, okay.
In amateur.
Do they fight with headgear in the amateurs?
Always, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, after later on, years later, I think it came out in the late 80s, I think, they started the headgear.
Does it really
I
help?
always had
Is boxing a
headgear.
concussion
yeah,
risk?
It's way less concussions in amateur boxing than in basketball.
Really?
Wow.
Because your brain is like, if you're still
silly.
at the headgear, I would have thought because you're still getting your head.
what it
That's
does,
just my head movement.
So you don't sustain a cut. That's where it helps you. You still get banged around. I don't care if you got a headgear on or anything. You get hit on the chin, you get hit, and that just stops you from getting cut.
Did either of you guys think that you had any kind of damage from it? Because like now that they know, like I was watching the stats at the end of the
I've
fight.
always been stupid.
What kind, what kind of
300
damage?
punches to the head.
What kind of damage?
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, when you get punched in the head a few times, it adds up.
Stays with you?
Yeah. But I went in the Golden Gloves 4 times. So I was in New York.
Yeah, but you
then
won.
again,
I went in 3 times. I lost.
I didn't win. I didn't win the gloves.
Oh.
And I'm sorry to say. I mean, I went in there, tried 4 times, but there was a lot of tough guys. I fought 6 fights before I even went to the quarters. Back then you had
6 fights. Yeah.
Today
Yeah, you
guys
gotta-
fight 2 times and they're in the finals.
Oh, I know. I had one in the prelims, and then I got a bye, and then you're in the semifinals, and you're like, hey, how did I get here?
I went in a welterweight, 147 twice, and then a middleweight twice.
I fought at 147. I fought at 132, and I weighed in at 129 and a half.
Wow. Okay.
Would you lose? Were you
132.
were you losing on decisions, which is okay, or were you getting knocked out?
I lost on decisions every time.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I got pinned a couple times.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard to imagine.
Probably more times than not.
No?
Yeah, a few times.
How
yeah.
else would you lose besides getting pinned?
Points.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most times it was pinned though.
I mean, if I ever lost on points, it would be a very proud day because I went the distance.
Yeah, you hung in there.
Yeah, but more often than not, it was pins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would your
a lot of
father
people-
actually
I
proudly
can
walk out with you?
I can honestly say I never got knocked down or knocked out. So
Really?
yeah, mine was decision.
Same with LaMotta. Didn't Jake LaMotta never get knocked
I
down
didn't
or
go
knocked
down,
out?
Ray.
Yeah.
I didn't go down, Ray.
He's in his fucking 90s.
Never knock me down, Ray.
You know, he's 95 and still pushing, man.
Wow.
We've interviewed him. He's
you?
he's an interesting guy because he's with it and he's not with it. Like again,
Yeah, of
95,
course,
little,
of course.
you know. But like this time, he told us the same Sugar Ray joke a couple times. I laughed every time.
A couple times, like 7
So what?
times.
God, we got good one, champ.
Well,
You
course
got to
of 40
remember,
minutes.
he fought him 6 times, so that's amazing.
And the fact that his career was like over, like in World War II, he was fighting. Like when you talk to that guy, you're like, everyone he's ever fought is dead. The entire generation is almost dead, and here he is still doing interviews.
Well, you get the picture there. Look at him.
Yeah, you kind of expect De Niro and Raging Bull when you first meet him, but then you realize he's just an older guy. He probably still throws a good punch for a 95-year-old man. He probably still hits relatively.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, look for a 95-year-old.
He's lucky he can put his hands up.
This must be exciting for you, Jim, to get to just talk to 3 of us experienced fighters.
Yeah, it is really weird to talk to 3 fighters.
It's kind of like small, medium, and large.
All
We're in
we
order.
need is Matt here now.
Yeah, this got to be fun for
But
you.
it really is fun. Between you and Joe, hold on. I'm trying to do what the record was. It's 17 and 26. That's the record between the you. Right? You 17 and 13?
No, 19 and 13.
Oh, 19. Okay, so 19 and
19
20.
and 13.
Yeah, you can
So
say-
you're saying his when he corrected you on the victories, I noticed that you didn't add up more for me.
You've had none.
0
You
was the
contributed
answer.
nothing.
You had a
Yeah.
perfect record.
But I'm the only one here who didn't get into any kind of combat thing. I played baseball.
Fisticuffs is what we call
Fisticuffs.
it,
Yeah. I did a little baseball, but I
I
wasn't.
don't know.
good.
Come on, listen. I've seen your stand up. You got into a couple of. You got into at least one scrap where that you walked out of the champion.
Which one was that?
It was on your Netflix series.
I don't even remember. Oh, do you mean the opening?
I'm not going to remind you.
You're also known. You're known as a verbal warrior. Is the thing like you're the verbal warrior of comedy.
Thank you.
So that's
That's a
what
great way to
people-
spin me being a pussy. That's
Why you don't train with Matt?
No, they took me down to Henzo Gracie's because I want to, but I'm just
Henzo's awesome,
too
man.
tired.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I
Too
love.
tired.
I am, man. I'm fucking too tired. And I love the atmosphere. I love being in there. Like, you walk into a place and you're like, I can see myself here or I cannot. And I walked into the gym and it was great. Like, I just liked all the people. But it's like, I will go down there and train, even though I'll just be a little white belt. I don't care. I just want to do it just to experience it.
We had a lot of MMA guys in the 90s that would come just to brush up on their boxing, get good
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Before UFC was big. Do you remember Shanti Carter?
Yeah.
He would
Shoney
train-
Carter?
Shoney
Oh,
Carter.
yeah. He
Shoney-
beat Matt Serra with a spinning back fist.
Shoney Carter, yeah.
Yeah,
he was
a friend of mine.
He trained at he trained at our gym in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Actually. Mhm.
Shoney Carter, he was a tough fighter. He had
Yeah.
over 400 fights, that guy.
He was a nice guy. Nice guy. He trained at Matador's gym. in
400
Chicago.
MMA fights.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's-
Shoney Carter.
That's insane.
And he still looks great today. He goes to Alan Goldberg's Hall of Fame Masters in Atlantic City every year at the Tropicana.
Oh, okay.
I see him over there. I just saw him. He was at the Arnold Classic recently in March.
He beat Matt. Matt talks about it. Matt Serra is my co-host on UFC Unfiltered.
Yeah.
And Matt said it was so embarrassing at the time because he lost to a spinning back fist.
Yeah.
And like back then, you just didn't see a lot of
Exactly,
it.
exactly.
So I guess everyone has a loss that they're embarrassed by. Like out of the losses you've taken in your fight career, Sam, I would ask you.
Okay.
But what was the most embarrassing loss?
When I got beat up on the Addison bus on my way to Lane Tech.
Wait, you got beat up on the bus?
Oh yeah, multiple times by different ethnicities.
Oh, was it because being a white guy in Chicago? Was there a lot of like black and Spanish guys? or-
Being a white graffiti writer. That's because you're going into every neighborhood and everything, and you're getting, you're lucky that.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, a lot of times you just, you got to know where you're at, and you got to know, but people want to fuck with you, and every now and again you don't want to, fuck it, I'm done running.
What's the difference? Like, what is the protocol with writing on graffiti? Because there's some stuff that stays up forever and nobody fucks with it, and then there's some stuff that goes up and 20 minutes later people have
But
written
see, I
over
could
it.
talk to you about it, but it depends on anybody's knowledge of what it is, because there is a hierarchy. I mean, there are unwritten rules. So like, if like anything goes over a scratch tag, right? The stuff on the train like this.
Is that a scratch tag? Is just like writing that I can't read? Is that what it is?
Scratch tag is anything like something into the glass, and people usually use lollipops or sandpaper. But then what would go over that would be a scratch pen, and a scratch pen is when you see the really deep, long lines. You could go over that other shit with a scratch pen, but then you can write over anything. So like a marker, a paint tag goes over a marker tag, right? And then a throw up, with that's the bubbly type letters, that goes over any tag. And then a fill-in goes over any throw up, and then any kind of straight letter goes over that, and then a piece goes over everything, and then a better piece goes over any other better piece. But you got to burn it.
But unless the tag belongs to, what if the tag belongs to like somebody?
That's a
big
good question. Then
I don't even know what that question means. Wait, what do you mean with the tag? What?
If somebody's famous, they call somebody famous. If somebody's more old school or all city, then you have to kind of give respect to the older guy or something like that.
So even if he writes in marker, you can't paint over it because that guy is a legend.
Yeah, if there's like if there's like a Smith tag or something, like a Saint or Smith, or like something like a really respected guy that's still up, and rest in peace as well. Something like that. The guy's you're like, listen, leave that tag. Don't.
Are there people that nobody will fuck with just out of respect for the guy?
Yeah, I mean, if there's an old Scene fill-in or something like that, Scene or Cap or some of those really old famous dudes like that. I mean, even guys that are kind of like that mid-generation of like Brooklynites, like Ket or Ghost or some of these guys.
I would just copy their old tags and just tag them in other spots.
COD crew, Tats crew. You don't want to go over Bio or Nicer.
See, I don't know any of these guys. But I was in Australia, and I'm looking, and there's a bunch of alleys that they have where they allow graffiti. And there's something about when it's allowed. I mean, the work is nice, but it doesn't feel the same as just a bunch of guys at like 3 o'clock in the morning doing it on the subway. You don't see them on the subway anymore, on the trains.
Because they're called, it's clean trains. They've had a whole system now of clean trains. In fact, one of the best documentaries ever made, truly, is called Style Wars. It's by Henry Chalfant.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. It's about New York graffiti, and I believe it came out in 83 on PBS, and it was shot in like 81, 82. But if you want any kind of education in graffiti, really hip-hop in general, that's a necessity to watch.
There's a guy I did a movie with recently. The guy's name was Caves. You ever heard of him? He was a graffiti artist. K-A.
Oh,
K-A-V-E-S-A.
No, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sure he's famous.
Was a graffiti artist, a well-known graffiti artist, and he has a tattoo shop in Brooklyn called Brooklyn Tattoo.
Yeah. KVS.
There's a guy named Caves I did a thing with.
What would he paint? What would he draw?
Well, his name. His name.
But some guys put up a mural of like two dead guys or whatever. Like, those things are really. Some of those guys are great artists. Like, you'll look and you'll just see like a mural of a scene or a person who passed away.
What did you think when Banksy was doing all his New York stuff? And there would be like,
but see, there's a difference in that. Like, I've got nothing against
but guys were coming up and
art and stuff
tagging
like that.
over it.
Yeah, but that's legit almost. I mean, it's street art. It's kind of its own weird thing. It's like, I don't mind street art. I don't want to hate on anybody, but graffiti is graffiti. It's different. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm a bit more of a traditionalist. What I prefer is, like, I like seeing people get up. Because in my life, we're actors and performers, all of us. And so part of us wants to be like, the world says advertising. You got to look at this. You got to look at this. And then so I think graffiti's like, well, as a urban youth movement, you're like, you got to look at this now. This is my expression of myself. Whereas like I think the street art has, I don't know, almost this kind of, it just feels different to me. But there's nothing, I got nothing against it. Nothing but respect for Banksy. I mean, my God, the guy's, but he came from the world of graffiti, and then he kind of evolved into what he evolved into, and the guy's phenomenal.
So you think he knew people were going to write over his stuff? He had to know that.
I don't think he cares at all.
He doesn't care.
He does it for himself a lot. That's a good thing.
I ask myself sometimes, isn't it expensive? These guys buy all this paint. I mean, it got to be $5-6 a can, no?
Oh yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, we would back in the day when I was really active.
$30 worth of paint.
Well, you steal the paint, and it really
steal the paint.
Wow. But that's another reason why they don't sell it in this. I mean, they don't sell it in the city of Chicago, and I think even in New York, you gotta.
Now it's
so it's all lock and key and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lock and key.
Oh, spray paint is.
Spray paint. I'm just it's so expensive today. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't do drive-bys anymore. The price of the gas.
I didn't know you could.
What?
I didn't know you couldn't get paint.
I know it's on the lock and key now. Yeah.
I guess because that way you can't go in and be like, let me get like 15 cans of that. And they're like, what are you going to use it? No. What are you going to use it for?
Do you have to show ID? It's like when you buy certain medicines, you got to show ID.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't think you have to show ID for paint, but I think you got to be 18 and buy paint today.
I think you're right, yeah.
So
because you go into an AutoZone or something like that, they always have it locked. Home Depot, they have the paint locked.
Paint's locked behind a glass case, so you can look at the colors, and they have the little key like you're buying jewelry.
Yeah, or razors.
Exactly.
Fucking razors are behind lock and key.
The pain in the ass, you got to go find a guy to buy a can of paint.
Because everybody's stealing them.
It's retarded.
But that makes sense, though. If they want to cut down on graffiti, it certainly worked. 'Cause I don't see as much of it anymore. And
Well, not on the trains
Oh
anymore.
man, but New York hasn't. There's so much more graffiti here than in Chicago. Chicago's got they call it the buff monster. I mean, Daley really started that, and Chicago was the first city to make graffiti felony. So
Really?
that cut them.
Wow.
Yeah, it cut down pretty.
did you
quick.
ever go, now when you were writing graffiti in Chicago, did you ever go into like Cabrini Greens and write graffiti in there?
Well, I boxed in Cabrini Green at Seward Park. So sure, you bust a couple of tags here, and you bust a couple
What's
of tags
Seward
there.
Park?
Seward Park was in Cabrini Green. It was behind. If you're on. Yeah, it's like right. It's just right behind the housings on all the way to the east, and then it's behind right on.
That's
there.
like the most legendary housing projects. For some reason,
Cabrini
everybody
Green.
knows that. I don't know why. It's just like such a reputation. They tore it down,
good
though, right?
times. You know what I mean? Good
Is that what that was
times.
supposed to be?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's all gone.
It is gone.
Yeah.
It was a bad place, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. It's not like I was partying in there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I went to a couple of cookouts in Cabrini Green, and then also because my boxing gym was so close that I've had dinner at people's apartments in Cabrini Green.
You didn't have any problems when you walked in there?
There's
I mean,
graffiti.
yeah, I wasn't like, hey, everybody, look at this white guy walking through. And say, like, yeah, people looked at me, but then they're looking who you're with, and they're like, okay, well,
I almost got robbed
So
at
Terry
projects
McGraw.
buying crack. I was supposed I didn't know I was going to get robbed. I'm walking. The guy takes me to the New Brunswick housing projects, and I was I had no experience buying crack.
How old were you?
I was probably 17, and the guy takes me into the building. He's like, "Come on, man, let's go up." So he starts walking me up the steps.
And you're thinking, oh, this must just be where they sell the crack.
But then my friend Rodney, thank God, he walked into the building and he looked up. He goes, "No, he's with me. It's okay." And then I guess the guy sold it. I don't even remember. And I left, but I think I got to buy it. But I think the guy had bad intentions. I was so stupid.
That was you?
Yeah. Oh no, that definitely wasn't you. No, he was not a white fella.
You're just going to follow him upstairs to his place, though.
I didn't know. We were in the hallway. It was like a creepy stairs. It wasn't like a public area.
Wow.
Yeah.
That should
Yeah.
have gave you a
You're
red flag
fucked.
right there.
Yeah, I didn't know.
We used to have, what was it called? 5 Points here?
yeah.
Where they used to
Lower East Side or
yeah,
there?
graffiti it was all the
Oh,
buildings.
5 Points. You're talking about the 5 Points place in Queens.
Yeah, just covered in graffiti, and it looked pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And then like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, they just covered it. They completely covered it all in
yeah,
white
that's
paint.
right. Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Did someone buy the place or something? Is that what it is? They want to lease it out?
I think so. But
Probably.
people like
No, they're
local.
selling the land.
To sell on the land?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Local
guy who was
people
letting
were
them do it
upset.
for free
Yeah,
decided, like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore.
local people were upset.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you own land and it's just people are painting on it for free. You got to do something.
I still see graffiti all over the place. I think it's more now than ever. Every place you
definitely
see, all the buildings,
Uptown and in the Bronx,
all
there's
highways,
signs all over the place.
signs on the highway.
How do they do that? How do they do like when you see a bridge
Magic.
in the middle of the fucking bridge? I'm like, are they actually
yeah.
tying rope and hanging off
Yeah,
that?
sometimes, yeah. You wear
Do
a
they
harness, go over. They call that in Chicago anyway. They call it like a sick spot. That spot was sick, like how that guy got up there. So look at that sick spot. So you people, yeah, you definitely do a harness. People have done it all different ways. Write your name upside down. You hang off and write your name upside down. And
What's the most impressive or weirdest one? Like the most dangerous place you've ever seen? Like how the fuck did they get there?
like in the middle of buildings when you're like, what? Like, there had to have been something posted up. Like there had to have been, did they destroy a building that was there? Like how did somebody do a fill-in? Like, or like, have their name filled in right there. It's like it was a building knocked over. Did they somehow hang down? You see that all the time. Even in Europe, these guys get crazy. In Poland and Germany, they do, they have all these contraptions, and I can't tell if it's permission or not permission. People are real artists out there.
Forgive my lingo. What's the sickest spot you ever did?
Oh, me just over the bridge, writing your name upside down and stuff. I never did any of the harness stuff, although people, guys in my crew did, and it's impressive,
Yeah,
That's serious. You get a harness. You have a professional harness to be a graffiti artist. That's impressive.
That is
have the
impressive,
paraphernalia.
especially since you're so fucking busted. If the cops come, if you're hanging up the side of a bridge, you're going nowhere.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of paint cans. There's no other
I
reason
didn't
you
do
could be there.
anything. What are you talking? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, I've never owned a
I'm here
harness.
to fix it at 3 in the morning.
I've told girls to buy harnesses, but it was for other things.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a good girl. So wow. So when did you start acting, man? I've worked with Joe a lot in the last
we
couple
work
of
on the
years.
same television
on
show.
Power, yeah.
Show called Power. You know that show? 50 Cent show.
It's on Stars.
It's on
Curtis, a
Stars.
friend of mine. I did a movie with Curtis.
You did.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, because I was telling Joseph that
My man.
You prefer Joe or Joseph?
No, I mean I was just.
We call him Joseph.
I only know him as Joe.
I was telling Sam. I was just professionally, I'm always Joseph, but like my pals call me Joe. That's why when people on social media hit me up, "What's up, Joe?" I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
No, Joseph. It's respectful. But like, whenever he does, like, I was looking at interviews he did with like Who Kid or The Breakfast Club or whatever, and you're not Joe or Joseph, you're Tommy.
Oh, yeah,
You're
exactly.
Tommy from
Always
Power.
Tommy.
Yeah. Like they're obsessed with it.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's like the people. Somebody talked about when they played a certain role of a drug dealer. It might have been Wood Harris said in an interview. Then people see you and they expect you to be that way. So is it like when you meet people in public, do they understand it, or do people approach you like you're that guy? Because you play a much different guy in the.
People approach me. Yeah, super. People approach me all the time. Like. If I'm walking through and I'm near, because sometimes I volunteer at the El Puente over in Taylor White Projects in Williamsburg, kind of South Williamsburg. It's a youth outreach program for kids after school, and we do a lot of mentoring, youth mentoring. It's a great program. If you're all New Yorkers listening, if El Puente is ever doing anything, go support, go buy their sweets and stuff that people make, and then it's all going to a good place.
You're famous though, dude. You don't need to be doing that stuff anymore. You're famous.
Yeah, exactly.
The show's a hit.
Why give
What are you
back?
doing?
It's so
Waste
stupid.
of time.
No, but people just say stuff to me all the time. Like, you get guys in the corner, "Yo, man, what's up, man? I'm the real Tommy." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you're holding down the corner. Like, I'm moving away on the show. You know what I mean? Stop hugging the block and do something with your life." But people are often, like, "I'm this, I'm that," or they appreciate the character, because I don't even know if it was the intention of the show, but they've always kept my character in the game. Like, sometimes he does stupid shit, but he's always loyal to the street. So the audience, our big audience, our urban audience, is like, no, Tommy's the guy. I don't care if he's stupid. I don't care if he was pillow talking.
Right,
he's true to the game. So.
But guys will approach you and go like, "I'm the real guy." Is it
Often?
But is it a menacing thing?
No, they're kind of like, but like, it's almost, sometimes it comes off like, "I'm cool too." You see, like, maybe I could help you. Do you want my advice on how to play your character? I'm like,
yeah.
I've been you found me. I've been looking for you.
Do you ever take the advice? And what kind of advice do they give you?
You're looking to bring in a consultant?
I never stick around long enough to ask, because if I want advice on how to deal drugs at any kind of level, I talked to 50.
That's true. He did do it.
Yeah, and then you blow it up. And I knew guys growing up, like, listen, not like my best friends, but peripherally, you're involved in a lot of stuff if you're growing up in an urban environment. And there's plenty of people I met during my life where it's like, "Oh, I'm going to make this like this guy." And people often say about Tommy, my drug dealing character, like, I always shot from the first season, from the guys that I knew that were heavy into dealing drugs, were very cheesy in terms of their comedy. People had to laugh. So that's why I always tried to make Tommy funny, or saying funny stuff, because people are like, it throws people off where you're just like, "Fuck, should I laugh? I hope this guy doesn't kill me. I'm afraid of him."
So people would laugh out of politeness.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. At some of that time, or like, just kind of he's a lot more, Tommy, the character I'm playing, is a lot more self-involved than I am, I think.
You did a McDonald's commercial with Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I was 13. I think.
He made my shoes?
Yeah, he's very crafty. He's got tiny little fingers to do that stitching. It's unbelievable.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Just very talented.
He makes them all himself.
Was he nice to you? I've heard mixed reviews about Michael Jordan.
I have not heard mixed reviews, only bad reviews.
I've heard people say he was nice.
Really?
I'm from Chicago, and I'm certain this is how I look. So no, Michael Jordan, listen, I'm not going to say anything again about Jordan. I've already said stuff in other interviews.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, he was okay. Because I've never heard that.
Yeah, he's fine, and I won't be saying anything else. All right, I guess he's
That's
fine.
never a good review.
I think he's the best basketball player that's ever played the game.
After
How's
Kareem
that?
Abdul-Jabbar and Magic, I agree. I'll give him third.
Okay. I give him number one, so there you go.
Right.
Chuck, have you met him or no?
Actually, I know. I met a lot of guys, but I never met him.
I think most people are nice to you for some reason.
Yeah. I think they treat me a little different than other people.
Well, yeah, because Chuck has a reputation of a break the fourth wall guy. Like, there's a whole show business thing where people will approach certain people, whether they're professional fighters, and think that they can get away with something. Like, well, you're a pro, or there's a wall, like, you won't Tyson has that same air that you do.
Yeah.
Like you don't think that there's going to be an air of professionalism if you fuck with him publicly. You understand that he'll probably punch you through a wall and then just take the consequences.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same reputation that you have.
That's just your vibe, I guess.
My vibe.
Yeah. You don't mind that,
Mike's
though, do you?
awesome, man. I
But
know
yeah,
Mike
you're a
long
nice guy.
time.
You're a very affable guy. You're not a
I'm
menacing.
the nicest guy I know.
Mike Tyson is the truth too, man.
Yeah.
This guy, he's the best. Somebody just put
He's
something
awesome,
else up.
man. He's awesome.
Somebody just put something on Instagram when he was just like, look, and he's explaining about when he was just starting to become, he's like, the more famous I get, the more garbage people are. He goes, I just thought everybody was like honest like I am inside. He's like, I'm an honest, good dude. And I just thought, all these other people who are telling me they're honest, good people, they're like me. And then he's like, I just keep finding out they're pieces of garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a fun interview too. He's
He's great.
He's great.
Nothing he
He's
won't talk
awesome,
about. There's
awesome.
nothing that you say, hey, how about this? Where he goes, well, I don't want to. Like everyone's kind of guarded in show business or in entertainment or sports, and he's not at all.
No,
But
he's
he's
the
also
best.
honest. Like if you ask him respectfully, he'll talk to you about anything. And if you talk to him disrespectfully, he'll point out that he does not
absolutely,
enjoy the way
absolutely.
you're talking to him
Absolutely.
right now.
And he's such an historian on boxing, man. He knows everything about boxing.
Yeah, he studied a lot. He watched every tape.
From the 1800s, you know everybody, all the names, everything. And so we sat down so many times and just talked. But he's an awesome guy.
Who's your favorite fighter?
John Cena, I guess.
No,
Well,
I got John Cena for
I've
you.
had so many. I have so many. Well, besides my father, I mean, I think Muhammad Ali was the greatest heavyweight ever. I think Joe Louis was number 2. I loved, Sugar Ray Robinson, of course, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, there's so many guys back in the day, and that's what happened with boxing. It just went so down that everybody's watching UFC now. I mean, there's
Yeah.
Do you know what I
At one
noticed about?
time, I used to say knew every champion. I don't even know. I think there's 36 champions
All
now.
the different belts and stuff, it's hard.
It's crazy. And here's what I noticed when I was watching boxing. The rounds feel so short. And again, I'm not if you're fighting, they don't, but I mean, they're 3 minutes. And I'm like, what the fight's over? Because I'm so used to 5-minute
It's
rounds
over.
now.
Try and go
watching
3
it.
minutes.
No, but I mean, not from a point of view of what are these pussies doing, but just as a viewer, like, oh my God, do something, because I was rooting for Triple G. I'm like, you're running out of time. It felt like there was no time to get anything done because I'm so used to watching
imagine
5-minute rounds.
You know, when you're at the Gracie gym and you're literally, Jim, it's so funny to me because I watch the 3-minute rounds and I do the same thing. And then I think about being winded in the third round of an amateur fight where you're like, they're 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard work. You
To
know,
do
I
a
give nothing but
championship,
credit.
25-minute fight in UFC, you're doing 5-minute rounds, and that's. But again, what do you think of Conor and Mayweather? Now
Well, did
Dana
you
is
see-
saying he thinks it's going to happen.
You see Connor talking
I
shit
think
over
it's
the weekend?
going-
I think
think
he's
it's
gonna get murdered. He can't
I
do
went
that.
to there was a fights also Friday night at the Felt Forum, well they call it the theater now, and a kid Michael Conlon from Belfast.
Yeah. Who got robbed in the Olympics?
And Conor walked him in.
Oh, good for that.
And
I mean, that's great.
it was
Well, he
St.
did this,
Patty's Day, and it had to be 3,000 guys from Ireland there.
He did this-
That's the great thing about it. They fly in to all the heroes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and when John Duddy was still fighting, he had all the Irish would come in.
Yeah, the Irish do support. I'll say that for Conor.
They
When
do.
you're fighting in New York when he fought Alvarez, it literally was all fucking Conor. I felt bad
Exactly.
for Alvarez. You're an hour
Exactly.
from home.
Here's what Connor was saying over the weekend. It might have been
Chuck. You
it
might
might have been the fight.
Chuck,
that-
you might want to put the headphones if you want to hear it.
Chuck, I
I
got
think-
nothing but respect for Conor. Honest to God, like
Let me
the
tell you
guy's
something. He
fantastic.
talks shit, but he could back it up,
He
man.
is-
You got to love the guy.
No, he's a phenomenal fighter from everything I've seen. But he can't. It's crazy that it doesn't make any sense.
Mayweather.
Chuck, this was at the
That
fight that
doesn't
you
make
were
any sense.
you were talking about.
As a boxing match, forget it.
Which one?
right over here.
Can you hear it?
Boxing guy. I'm the boxing guy. Watch me take over boxing. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't not knowing that this boxing game knows what's coming. Trust me on that. When I step in there, I'm gonna shock the whole goddamn world. Trust me on that. Look me in the eyes. 28 years of age. Confident as a motherfucker. Long, range. Dangerous with every hand. Trust me. I'm gonna stop Floyd. You're all gonna. When's it gonna happen? You're all gonna eat your wounds. The whole world is gonna eat your wounds. When's it gonna happen? Again, Cobbs, don't worry about it. You'll hear about it. I'm out here. I am boxing. Hey, what about Michael?
He seems confident.
Yeah, he definitely seems.
I love that.
He's got the Tommy Egan haircut. I gotta love it.
Every time I've always rooted against Conor. This is one time I will root for him.
Why do you root against Connor?
Oh yeah,
I just
love
enjoy
that.
rooting against him. He beats up people I like. That's all. I'm tired of him beating up people I like.
He's fantastic, and he seems
Look,
confident. I just can't see him being able to.
Oh no,
I think you're right.
In a boxing match?
Yeah,
In a boxing match, no way. I mean, but he's got a punch that.
Oh, I believe.
Anybody can lands a good punch, you get knocked out. So you never. Count them out, these guys.
From what I hear about Chuck Zito, it's not a dissimilar thing. There really is a thing called heavy hands. I mean, people have it.
If I
people
misguided with a punch, I knocked them out.
Have you ever knocked somebody out cold in the street?
Come on.
This guy and his questions.
That's why I don't work a lot. Because sometimes I knock some actors out.
But what's his name?
Have you had to knock some actors out here and there?
Absolutely. Yeah, they get too disrespectful. They think they're taking that character home with them, and it gets crazy, man.
What's the context that you have to, do they approach you, or are you acting as someone's security and they approach them? Or
No, I never, when I was working with somebody, I never hit anybody. Not when I was working with them, for them.
Just them thinking...
Except, when it's just crowd control, when somebody's trying... Basically, with the clients I've worked for, all these superstars, they're just trying to get next to them. So it's really crowd control. Nobody's really trying to hurt them.
But somebody will approach you and think and kind of have a bravado about them because they think they're a tough guy.
by myself or something. Yeah, of course.
Right.
Of course.
And then you have to remind them.
Yeah. Then I thought I shut it off. I'm sorry about
It's okay. I'm just enjoying hearing that ringtone.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not surprised.
Elvis. You're looking for trouble, you came to the right place.
That's his ringtone.
That's his ringtone.
I took it out to shut, and I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mine went off before.
Yeah, that's my ringtone. That's what I used to walk in the ring with every time I fought. Elvis, if you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place.
Nice.
So anytime your phone rings, there's that little tick of I'm ready for a fight.
It's like the bell. I start going off.
Yeah.
Did you have a walk-on song or a walk-in song?
No. Yeah, people going boo.
No, I walked in all my fights with except the amateurs, of course, but I had a couple of fights. They weren't pro; they were like semi-pro. But I walked into that.
Oh yeah, no, but mine had lyrics, but it was all in Spanish. It was like "pinche gringo." I don't know what they were saying. But.
Does that bother you when you're fighting? You wonder because there's guys that go down to Brazil to fight. They fight. Who is it? Anderson Silva just announced a fight with. Who did Silva just announce with? Kelvin Gastelum, and they're going to fight in Brazil. So I'm wondering, does that bother you? Because the Brazilians chant this whole thing, which is you're dead.
I love Anderson too, man. He's awesome.
But does it affect you as a fighter when people are booing you and they hate you?
No, not at all. I remember I fought at the Oyabon Ballroom where Malcolm X was killed years
Harlem,
ago.
Yeah.
And I was the only white guy on the card. And as soon as I walked out there, they said, "Kill this white motherfucker." My father says, "Hurry up and let's get home soon."
Did you win?
I knocked him out in the first round.
Oh, good for you.
And I got dressed and we took off.
I was bother you or no?
No. But there was one time I was fighting in Cicero, and
where's that?
Cicero is a suburb of Chicago on the west side, and somebody, it was just a pause, and it was, I'm pretty sure it was the second round. Nobody's seen anything, and we're still kind of feeling each other out. It was a slow fight, and I just heard, "Hit him hard, black guy."
They didn't know his name. They didn't know yours.
No, nobody knew anybody. They're just like, "Hit him hard, black guy."
It is weird what makes you root for somebody. Like do you associate them with them racially, or like if I'm watching UFC guys and I don't know either one of them and I see them interviewed, there might be something one guy says. They go, "All right, I kind of feel more connected to this guy, so I want to see him." It's hard to pick who you like as a fighter. I mean,
I'm a huge Triple G fan just because that guy's a murderer.
Yeah,
but Jacobs is, man, that guy's he's from
cancer,
Brooklyn.
And he beat cancer.
Exactly.
Beat cancer from Brooklyn. He's hometown. Here I am. This is where I live. This is my town. I'm just like, that's who I'm rooting for. Jacobs, go Danny, go Danny.
Yeah.
I still thought Triple G won the fight though, and I thought it was.
I agree.
Yeah, but I thought it was a lot closer. I don't think it was unanimous because Danny Jacobs came out and Danny Jacobs hit him with more combinations, 3-4 punch combinations.
Absolutely, points wise, he was taking
than Triple G did.
I was even saying that, but you were right. You were at ringside, so but there is something sometimes
when the first show. I don't want to.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry, Chuck. I don't mind. But there is something, isn't there? Like with the judges, because of the power, some of those heavy blows that Triple G was coming with, some of the power. Doesn't that affect the judging sometimes?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, even Chocolito had the heavier puncher than the other guy. Mm-hmm. Chocolito was, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Chocolatito.
I'm just
no,
why
it's something.
Why aren't we talking about Chocolatito's performance?
But I'm just saying that he hit so hard. Anybody else he would have knocked out. That guy was literally smiling. Not to get back on that fight, but
sure.
No, but it's true. Like, he just you knew that in the second round.
Yeah.
He's like, and after you knew that guy could throw a punch too, because that people were like, "Oh, he fell down." I'm like, no, that's a liver shot. That shit hurts.
Absolutely.
I learned that in The Fighter. Mark Wahlberg starts going head, body, head, body,
Mickey
whatever.
Ward.
Yeah.
Mickey Ward.
Here's the important
Yeah.
thing, too. And this is what we're all overlooking. How do you get first row tickets for a Triple G fight in the Garden, a championship fight?
No chocolate Tito.
Well, I've been around
Tito?
boxing my whole life, and
So you know all those guys.
I actually have friends who at the Garden and all. I get front row.
Do you have to call far in advance, or do you can't just? I mean, you have to give them some notice that you're coming.
Oh yeah, I gave him a few days. Yeah,
They announced him.
Oh, I didn't
They
see that.
announced him, Louis C.K.
I
Did
saw
they? I didn't even
Louis.
know. Did they announce
Chappelle.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chappelle and Seinfeld. I saw that.
I didn't even hear it until they started racking off names like Jerry
But I noticed-
Seinfeld and all those guys.
You mentioned earlier Jerry Seinfeld was sitting. He was behind you a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, a couple rows.
No. He
Not
was
too
right
bad.
behind me. I was in the first row. He was in the second row.
But still, just let everybody know. You know what I mean?
And Mario Lopez and his wife was right next to me, so that was cool.
It's fun. I've only gone to one boxing match. It was a year ago, December, and I think Louis called me the night before. He's like, "Do you want to come to a fight?" And I'm like, "I've never been to a professional fight." So it was December when Triple G fought. I don't remember who he fought. To be honest with you, it was
called you?
Louis C.K. He just had tickets for a fight, so
Yeah.
I'd never gone. So I went with him, and we went up.
Fights are great.
Was he with Vernon Chapman? Was that who was next to him?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Couldn't tell.
I
don't know.
Back in the day, the Garden was a mecca of boxing.
Sure.
Until, of course, they started going to Vegas and every place else and the casinos and all. But it was great. So to have great fights that night, which was awesome. It was about time that it was back in
Did
New
you
York.
see Hands of Stone, the De Niro movie at
Not
Edgar
Roberto
Ramirez?
Duran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No?
No.
I
You know what
liked
was
it
a
more
better
than I
movie?
thought. What?
The Vinny Paz story.
I was about to ask you about it. Bleed for this?
Bleed for
Oh,
This.
yeah.
I keep.
And let me tell you something. That kid, Miles Teller,
Yeah.
did some job.
Really, I got to
Unbelievable.
see it because all the
you didn't
time.
see it?
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen that one
go
yet.
see
But
that.
believe for this, that's even on demand. I'll go watch it today. But one of the things that always annoys me about boxing movies, not always, but 99% of the time, how's that? Is that people are like, "Oh, he looks so great. He could fight pro." I'm like,
Oh,
he
yeah,
couldn't
sure,
fight pro.
yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
You know what? I remember. I think it was Johnny Carson or something that Jake LaMotta came out right after Raging Bull, and he was saying that Bobby could go pro right now. Yeah, okay.
It's unbelievable. It's so even like listen, I'll give Hillary Swank credit, but I remember when $1 Million Baby came out and they're like, oh yeah, she could fight female
Yeah,
pro. I'm like,
right.
she would literally get murdered like in the ring like that. Like she would be in fear brain damage.
I think they're just trying to talk up the fight a little bit, or because someone's in good shape, but you forget you're choreographing a fight. You're not actually having it. So I mean, I could look good if a fight was choreographed.
Exactly.
Well, sure.
Maybe
It's
not.
a lot
Daniel
of
Day-Lewis looked
choreography.
good in the boxer, but I was like, listen, he could fight amateur. He looked good. He had his basics down. That's great. Fighting professional, that's a different animal. Although I always said, because 50 fought Junior Olympics and he fought Golden Gloves too.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't know
like,
he boxed.
Oh, I was like, I always tell you the fifth, even though he's a southpaw, and I always hated fighting southpaws. But I was like, you should get me and you in the ring and actually throw some real punches.
Yeah, put
Not
it in the
crazy.
show. Put it in the show. Is he in the
Yeah.
show also?
Yeah, he's great in it. This is
Awesome.
This is his best acting thing that he's ever
Okay.
done so
We
far.
did a movie back years ago called 13.
Oh yeah.
Myself, Mickey Rourke,
Oh wow.
50 Cent, Jason Statham, Ray Winston, Sam Riley.
Oh, so close.
There was a few
Heavy hitters.
names in it.
What's it about?
It was
I've seen the poster in Fifth's office. I haven't seen it yet. Don't
it
tell
actually
him.
was a movie that came out in England that was a big hit, made a lot of money. So they wanted to bring it back to the United States and have all these actors in it, and it didn't do shit. But it was about they had a mansion and the guys were betting, and they go in a circle, and instead of playing Russian roulette, they take we'll put one in the chamber, spin it, and in front
to
of
the
each
ne-
other, each guy in front of you. Then when the light bulb went off, they'd shoot, and one or two guys would get killed. Then it would go, the circle gets smaller till there was two guys left. You never saw that?
No.
It's called 13. It's crazy.
Oh my
crazy.
God! I played games like that without condoms and girls, but never with fucking guns.
You haven't worn condoms in years.
That was it. and his kid Sam Riley and Ray Winston were the last two, and Ray Winston played Jason Statham's brother, and they were the last two.
So you were one of the guys in there who was shooting.
No, I played one of the bodyguards to one of Mickey Rourke was in it. He was one of the guys with the shooting, And it was a crazy movie. It was a crazy movie, but it didn't do well.
Who did you bodyguard in real life, though? I know you bodyguarded.
I bodyguard everybody you think of, man. And Liza Minnelli was my first client. Then, of course, Sylvester Stallone, Mickey Rourke, and Sean Penn, and Charlie Sheen, and Pamela Anderson, Cher, everybody.
But does Liza Minnelli get crazy? Like, I know she's a tremendously famous person, but does she get crazy people, or does she just want to, like, people away
Well, you know
from her?
what? Back in the day, she was doing, besides her concerts, that's it now, 13. It's a crazy thing. 50 Cent right there. And I actually break up a fight. Not a fight, but 50 Cent's trying to kill Mickey Rourke, and I walk in because he's trying to get the money. Yeah, Michael Shannon.
Wow.
Shannon was in this. He played the guy.
Michael Shannon.
Load your weapons and spin it. Yeah,
That's a tremendous. How did this do nothing? That's an amazing cast.
It's
really
a
is.
big.
Well, it was
it's
right
a
before,
big
though.
cast. That's that kid Sam Riley.
Well,
Sam
he looks
Riley.
like Bill Hader, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
A little
does.
bit, yeah.
It was really a pretty good movie, man, and I don't know why it didn't do well.
Timing.
Mickey Rourke, look at Mickey Rourke when
See
he
Miles
looked halfway
Teller?
decent.
You see Miles Teller play the drums in Whiplash? He was good at that, too.
Seemed pretty good to me.
Is that him? No.
Oh, yeah, it is. Miles Teller.
Is
That
really
one I did
playing
He's
the
in
drums?
Whiplash playing the
Yeah.
drums. And his hands are bleeding. It's like boxing, except
Well,
with
J.K. was
drumsticks.
in, of course, Oz with me.
I love Oz.
Schillinger.
I love that show, Oz.
That's who, and he won the Academy Award for that,
For Whiplash, yeah.
for Whiplash.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were in Jack Reacher. Did you have a lot of scenes with Cruise?
No, I had almost no scenes. There was times that we were shooting. It was like he was doing part of the scene and then like reliving in his mind, and then I would be doing the actual thing that he was imagining happen. Tom is a great professional. I really enjoyed
I
working
love
with
Tom
him.
Cruise,
Yeah,
man.
he's fantastic.
Better review than Jordan.
Come on, one of the greatest.
Hey, listen, man. If I got anybody who remembers my name is professional and it treats me well, I don't care. That's all good with me.
So
I
you
know,
remembered your
I know
name.
Tom a long time.
Yeah, barely.
I probably know Tom 40 years.
Oh, really?
Do you
Wow.
really?
Yeah. And right after they did The Outsiders and all. But with everybody in it also, the same names.
Who else? That's Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, Ralph Macchio,
Ralph Macchio.
C.E.
Howell, C. Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell.
Thomas Howell.
From
so
Soul Man.
many people were in that. But,
From Celebrity Rehab. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What'd you do in that movie, or were you not in it?
Which one?
You
that's
were on
what
the, did you work on the outside, or did you just met him around that time?
Matt Dillon was in it. So many people were in it. So many
Matt
people.
Dillon.
Unbelievable. And Matt comes from Launchpad.
He does, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also Kevin Dillon.
Yeah, I think I saw Kevin Dillon at the New Rochelle Buffalo Wild Wings watching the fights one time.
My favorite thing Kevin Dillon ever did was how great he was in Platoon. He's good in Entourage, but in Platoon he was just so great.
Yeah.
What a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
He played a great psychopath.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
So many
Junior's a
great movies
pussy.
out. So many great movies out. It's just and more coming out. Mine's coming out soon.
What is yours?
That's a
What
nice
is your
little
movie?
slide right in.
Well, I you know what? I've been fortunate. I did 6 movies in 8 months.
Wow.
So they're all coming out the end of the summer. One of them is called, of course, Female Fight Club, about all the female fighters because the MMA is so big now. And I play the trainer. So I was happy doing that.
bad.
I was in the ring with 5 girls.
That's great.
Not bad.
Another one I just finished one called Last Witch Hunter with Randy Couture.
Oh, okay. But the last Witch Hunter 2, didn't that just come out with Vin Diesel? Remember that?
You know what? This one, they changed it. I think it's called Treasure Hunter now.
Okay.
Because they were getting confused with Vin's
I see.
new one. Yeah.
Vin's and Dottie Olafson was in it.
I've never seen a Vin Diesel movie.
Also,
What?
No.
Never. I've never seen. I know
What about
he
all
is.
the Fast Furious
Oh, and
movies?
Riddick was a great film. That was
Never
fun.
saw that. Never saw Fast and Furious. I just
Bro,
haven't.
Fast and Furious?
Fast Furious 8 already. You didn't see one?
No, but have you
none of
seen The
them.
Bridges of Madison County? I mean,
Yeah, it's one of my favorite soundtracks, I got to say.
actually, I've never seen it.
It's all jazz. It's a great soundtrack.
There's
Bridges of Madison
8 Fast and Furious movies.
I would see one.
7 are terrific.
And one is
Tokyo
not.
Drift is not great, but all the rest of them, I'll watch them anytime.
Really?
Especially now that The Rock's in there. Forget about it.
Yeah, and Jason Statham.
And Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
Jason,
I did say I
going
did a
to do
movie.
9.
I did a movie with Jason Statham.
What movie?
Safe.
Oh, okay.
It was called Safe, and there's this little.
Jason's a great guy. We just texted each other yesterday.
He's an
Because
interesting
we're
guy.
trying.
He was-
I did a movie called Homefront with him. Did you see Homefront?
I did not.
You didn't see Homefront? Anybody see Homefront?
No.
Security, get these guys out of here. Hey, they didn't see Homefront was a good movie, man.
What was,
Jason Statham.
What
gotta
was
get
Safe
him.
about?
This little girl remembers this really long number that's so she's kind of they need that for this computer thing, and then that would give them the money. And Jason Statham, kills everybody and is unscathed by the end of the movie.
Okay.
It's really going to blow your mind. It sounds like nothing he's ever done.
What was the one? No, but there was one he died in. What was the one he falls out of like a helicopter or a plane?
That was
with
Crank.
Crank. I remember he came in to promote that. I actually like that movie.
He dies, but then they figure it out because there was a Crank 2 starring Jason Statham. So they figured it out.
I really like his movie. Listen, my favorite movie of his of all time is Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Never saw that. That Guy Ritchie, right?
Yeah, great film. Guy Ritchie's best.
Same Homefront. He's awesome in that.
I got to get in some movies. I want to trade credits with these guys.
And we're trying to do Homefront 2 now. So I texted him yesterday to see if Avi learned, of course, that the first one, Sylvester Stallone wrote the first one. And he said, if Jason wants to do it, we'll do it. But of course, all the actors want to see a script first before they commit themselves.
It's gotta be. Is it easier for you to get if you just text and say, "I'd like to," hey, that's a cool movie you're doing. I'd love to be in that. They just kind of put you. That's got to be a great place in show business to be.
Yeah, I've had that. For some of our producers of the show, Jim and I do. I've texted them because they make movies. They're like, "Sure, here you can go. We'll give you scale." And I'm just like, that's $886 a day for 5. I'm like, I'm losing money. I'll pay somebody $200 at the end of the day, which is what I would walk away with. I'll pay somebody $200 just to hang out with my wife. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, sorry. I mean, it's great. Good luck, but
you don't take the roles.
I mean, you got to be respected as an actor at the same time. It's like, I want to work, but then at the same time, if somebody's actually kind of giving you a pretty big diss, if they're like, we work I'm your producer, right? But I'm gonna own it. This is all I'm gonna give you. That's all you're worth to me.
Oh, okay.
And these big stars are making $500,000 a day.
Tell me about it.
And they're like, we'll pay you $886. You're like, you know what? I think I'm okay. I'm gonna go shoot my own little short film. I think.
Yeah, you have to be, and you did also. What was it? The Heart She Holler. Is that what it was called?
That's right here, baby.
I didn't even notice it on your shirt. I've only seen little clips of it, but
it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. I love that show. It's one of the few things I'm in that I would watch all the time.
Who's in that besides Patton Oswalt?
Patton, Amy Sedaris, Kirsten Shaw was the original one of her role, and then Amy came in for the next 2 years, and Heather Lawless, who's fantastic. It's such a funny show. John Lee and Vernon Chapman is why I said that. Vernon is Louis' pal, and he's a writer on South Park. But these guys are fantastic. It's horror comedy.
It's great.
And it's great.
Did you like it, Sam?
No, that's just a great combination.
He was on Adult Swim for 3 years. I know you did 2 years, and you couldn't do the third because you had because of Power, right?
That's right. Yeah, and Stars was just like, no, you can't. We can't have you being a recurring on another show or a lead on another show when you're a lead on this show. And I was like, that's absurd. But
really,
yeah, screw my career.
Even if it didn't,
it didn't have anything to do with but you know how it is in this business. And plus, obviously my reps have. What am I? I'm on live radio right now. What am I doing?
That's not bad. It's understandable. You made the right choice. I mean, like that. I
made the right choice because I respect Stars and I love Chris Albrecht and Carmi Zlotnick and Ken Segna. They really are actually great people. But at the same time, I think that it was short-sighted of them to be like, here's another thing that the guy loves. He's doing good for us. Nobody would even recognize him. If you saw me in Heart She Holler, you wouldn't recognize me.
I didn't recognize you with hair. You have more hair, like when I saw an interview you were doing for Jack Reacher, or you were doing it for that, but you talk about, and you have like
longer hair.
Yeah, I've never seen you like that.
My look really changes when I with hair and coloring and stuff. It really does change a lot.
You were in the made-for-TV John Wayne Gacy movie as a youngster?
God. I don't think it was a made-for-TV. I think it was like
straight to DVD.
That's probably closer to the truth.
I've seen it a bunch of times. I have that was when they put they did a Gacy and a Bundy and an Ed Gein movie, and it was like the same producers, and they put him. But you know who was John Wayne Gacy?
Who?
The guy who played Francis
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
And then hold on, but one of those movies made from The Hurt Locker. What's his?
Jeremy Renner. That was Dahmer. He did Dahmer.
That made his career.
And I remember, when Jeremy Renner started popping up in The Hurt Locker and all these movies, I'm like, it's the guy, because I went through a phase where I was getting all those straight to DVD
It didn't have
movies.
the same effect on me. It didn't.
I was like, that's Dahmer.
Who'd you play in Gacy?
I played the guy who got away, basically.
How'd the guy get away?
He just wasn't totally dead, and then he ran out.
Oh wait, Gacy untied him because he would trick you into putting on like cuffs or whatever because he was a clown. I'm going to show you a trick, and then he would, do terrible things.
Yeah, it was an interesting film.
That's not one of those that like you could just watch anytime. Like
no,
the other series.
No, it isn't like the Archie Holler. It's almost as funny.
Yeah.
Did you ever go by his house?
Played Gacy?
Yeah, I have gone.
What did you say?
Renner?
No, Jeremy Renner played Jeffrey Dahmer in the same the same producers made a Dahmer
He's a
movie.
good actor too, man.
He's very good. Yeah.
No, Gacy was played by Francis from Pee Wee's Big
Is that
Adventure.
house still there? Because they tore down Dahmer's apartment building. His apartment building's gone.
I can't believe Gacy's house would still be there, but we went by there when we were little kids. It was there when I was a little kid. I think it was in a near suburb, or it's very, it's in like maybe Oriole Park or something.
Didn't he get killed in jail?
No, that was Jeffrey Dahmer. Gacy died. He was electrocuted.
No, Jeff Dahmer.
Jeff Dahmer was
Jeffrey
beaten to
Dahmer
death.
Beaten to death.
Yeah, by a guy who he cut. I heard it was a thing over the guy didn't like him. The guy was like because he killed all these black people. I think the guy was black guy who killed him.
He
but I
ate
also
him,
heard
too.
I also think he cut a line or something. Someone said he cut a line.
Yeah, there was like actual like prison
beef.
drama that wasn't necessarily connected to the crimes. It was just like he just pissed off the wrong guy once he was in there.
And they said he would try to creep
Absolutely.
people out.
Yeah.
They said, Doc, because I think he was probably scared. He was trying to like maintain this crazy image, and he gave a few of the guys the creeps. And one guy was like, "Fuck him," and just beat him to death.
I don't want to have to deal with him.
Yeah, your psychology didn't work there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get it. It's not going to work.
I'm sure he's not popular. Wasn't a population anyway. He was probably with some other crazy guys.
Yeah.
He was doing. I think he was in solitary confinement for or whatever, and then I think he was
PC, yeah.
in general population because he was cleaning a bathroom.
Gen Pop.
Gen Pop is what I called it when I was there. Right. But he was. He was. I think he was actually cleaning a bathroom, and this other guy cleaned it with him, and just got mad and like used the broomstick to fucking beat him to death.
You know who loved being on that show, Oz? Luke Perry.
Oh,
Luke. I interviewed him like a couple weeks ago.
Luke
he
was awesome, man.
Loves the fact that he was on Oz, the whole storyline arc, everything.
And Joko Ivanic.
That's something they should have never took off. They should always did a movie about it.
Oz?
Because we're on a bus. We don't know where we're going.
Right.
So, and I even told Tom Fontana so many times, of course, the creator and writer and everything, that we should just bring it back and say, the bus flipped over or got hijacked or whatever. Guys got killed, guys escaped.
I love the hopelessness of that show. Like, anytime anything good would happen to any character, it would take within 2 episodes for them to just get shit on worse than before.
I gotta watch that again.
It was just like this, prison is terrible.
It's been years since I've seen Oz.
really
I saw
same
the first
here.
few seasons.
It was great, man. It went on for 6 seasons. I was in it for 5. And it was great to me, and so many guys that came out of it went on to, so much
Huge.
bigger and better. And
What's Harold Perrineau doing?
He was actually on Sons of Anarchy with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was great on that show.
He was
Yeah.
great. He was great. Dean Winters is doing so many things. He plays Mayhem in the Allstate commercials.
Yeah, he does.
He's great.
And he's great in that. I mean, so many different things.
Riding his bike in the West Village.
Of course,
Always see that
J.K.
guy.
came out and won an
Oscar?
Academy Award and
Yeah.
all that shit. So
Poor Harold, though, because he did Lost, which was a massive show.
Yes.
But the problem was he had scenes with Walt was his kid, and whenever you do something where you're married to like a kid in your scenes, it's hard because the kid grows up, so they have to kind of slowly weed you out. He said that when we interviewed him. It's hard to have a small child in your storyline.
yeah,
They're going to cut
yeah.
us off.
Oh,
Time to go.
we have to
Yeah.
go. Okay, let's quickly wrap up with plugs too. Chuck, when is your film coming out?
Well, it should be at the end of the summer, but I'm finally doing one that I wrote so many years ago. I wrote it, I'm producing it, I'm starring it, and directing it.
Oh, nice.
And Sylvester Stallone's the executive producer on it, so he said that's going to be my Rocky, and that's called Street Justice. That's going to be, we should start filming in July.
Excellent. I'm available. And
Everybody is.
And Joe, how about you? Besides
Well,
Power?
you and I have Power coming
Yes.
out, and that's all I got going on. Again, just like you, Jim, I'm available.
Okay, cool. So yeah.
And he's known as Joseph, by the way, not Joe.
No, Joe's what his friends call him. You call him
Yeah.
Joseph. Mr.
We're actually
Official.
great, and I got to say, the last thing I'll say is that me and Jim, we have a great relationship in the show.
Yeah.
Outside of the show, not as much. but in the show, really, our characters are great. He plays a drug connect in the show.
A priest.
He's
Look at you.
Yeah.
a priest
Yeah.
primero.
Yeah, it's really a fun. It's unlike anything I've ever done.
What channel is that on?
On Stars.
Yeah, I don't even watch TV. It's just I don't know.
And it's on the app too. On the
It is on
Stars
the
app.
app.
You can get the Stars Play on your app.
Oh
on
yeah,
your phone.
okay.
All right.
And my specials on Netflix. If you want to watch it, tickets on sale for the Borgata. And thank you guys for coming in. It was nice to
thank
see you, Chuck.
so much.
Your Netflix is great. It's a great stand-up, man.
Thank you,
It's
Joe.
my favorite thing of yours.
See you tomorrow.
All right.